Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ming and Mike Show. We are broadcasting live from a shared universe podcast studio in beautiful Eatontown, New Jersey. My name is Ming Chen. Happy New Year, everybody. Sitting across from me, Mike Zapsik, everybody.
What's going on, Ming? You sound a little scratchy there, buddy.
I'm getting over from bronchitis. Pay no attention.
Pay no attention to the bronchitis behind the
It makes me sound manlier.
pop
I like it.
screen.
I like it. Less like
That makes you sound. No, it doesn't. It makes you sound like an Ugnaught.
40. I have spoken.
You have
All right.
spoken,
All right.
right.
Now I can leave.
All
I
right,
can leave.
you've spoken and you're done.
45 years, I might hit puberty this year. Yes.
Good deal. Good
Yes.
man, Ming.
Welcome, everybody. Hopefully, you are awake right now. Anybody listening to this?
Yeah, what's up with you?
Yeah.
Wake your asses up.
If you're laying in bed dying, I don't know, hangover remedies. Are you familiar with any of these? Do you have a patented hangover? No, you don't.
Do
drink,
I?
You don't drink anymore. But
I did,
in your,
Ming.
In your drinking days, did you have
Oh, by the way,
a remedy?
here at the mic too.
Oh yeah, you got
I'll
to.
jump in here and introduce myself. Before we get off.
Oh no,
Sitting
no.
To your left. You're right.
Sitting to my right.
Yes.
The lovely Julia Zapsik.
Thank
She's
you.
back,
Hi.
everybody.
It seems to be a New Year's
Happy New Year. It is a
tradition
New
here.
Year's tradition.
We
Yes.
always
Yeah, yeah.
podcast on New Year's
Yeah,
Day
we
and
do.
save the building from something. I came in, I was like, place on fire? No, we're good. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
No
flooding-
water.
It's a little
Flooding is so
anticlimactic that we don't actually have to save the
2018.
universe. Yeah.
It is.
yeah.
So wait, we've been hit with water.
Water?
We've been hit with fire.
No fire yet.
Thank God. Okay, then what else is wind?
Mudslide.
Wind
yeah.
and earth.
yeah, we're
Yes.
waiting for the,
Wind,
and
earth.
heart. And heart. Yeah, we're going to go for all the Captain Planet.
Hangover
things.
remedies.
Hangover remedies. What was yours,
Trying to
honey?
remember. Well, I would pretty much. I had this little routine. So, believe it or not, even in a complete blackout, when I would wake up the next morning, I always had my 3 empty glasses beside me, and my and I always laid out 3 doses of aspirin
Okay.
the night before. So I would I guess every time I would wake up, I would just take a dose of aspirin and a glass of water.
That's
and
discipline.
By the time I woke up, I was kind of okay. And then it was like a big greasy breakfast, and
If
I was ready to go.
If I woke up, I'd be like, just trying not to puke, not
Yeah.
remembering to wash down some aspirin.
That level of preparation reminds me. You ever see the movie Trainspotting? It's
No,
like,
I never have. That's
there's,
Ian McGregor's like first, right?
one of them, yeah. All
right.
And there's a whole routine before you kick the H. So like 2 tins of tomato soup. Like
Is that when you lock yourself in
aspirin.
there?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Thank God I've never had to worry about
No,
that. But
yeah, that would suck. Now I had to kick the big B, booze.
Right.
But before that, I was. My remedy was to, you wake up and you're hungover, you start drinking again. That cures that hangover. Start with a Bloody
sounds
Mary.
like a George Thorogood song.
I
It's-
heard about that.
Or Peter Frampton.
Only after I got sober.
Yeah,
I
doesn't that
heard.
suck?
People would talk about getting that eye opener in the morning, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, you mean that people like wake up and start drinking immediately, and
Yeah.
that helps them to feel better?
Oh man.
I didn't know this. And I was
No.
like, oh, too late.
Yeah, that's one of those doy moments. You're like,
know.
doy. I was this years old when I found out that I could stay drunk
It's really
all the
awesome
time.
though that in 2020, I don't even know where the camera's pointing. 2020, Michael and I are here with our planners, Ming. We're ready
You
for
got
the new
planners?
year.
You got
Why?
planners.
Ready for
Why
the
is
new
yours
year.
bigger than his? Genetics.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay.
Wouldn't you like to? Yes, it is. Well,
I
my
lose
father
stuff.
was Italian, so yeah,
go.
and his and
I'm
he has
Irish.
in his family.
Irish.
Cursed.
Yeah, cursed
No,
of
his
Irish.
eyes are better than mine,
All
so
right.
he can see the smaller. Plus, I do a lot of like note taking
Yeah.
and
Well,
scribbling
you
and
strike
things like
me,
that.
You strike me as a planner person. Where
yeah.
you probably have one every year, or going.
I do.
Dating back to
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, we've got boxes full of them.
Right.
so-
I don't
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
you ever having a planner.
No, never had a plan
Why-
either. So,
Why now?
because my wife looked at me and says, "You forget a shitload of
You
stuff."
do.
You do.
You forget a lot of important dates, and
Yeah, like
it's-
the Boxer Rebellion. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I forgot.
And just and like the good news is that life is good, right? We got a lot going on,
Sure.
and there's a lot of good stuff. But when you wake up in the morning and you're like, okay, what do I got to do? And it's like you got your list, right? You got to
Sure.
email this person back, call
Right.
this person up and set up this interview, pay this bill,
Sure.
renegotiate this,
very
blah blah
organized.
blah. So and he's got he's taking on more and more. So he needs to he needs to hear less of me. Did you do that? Did you do that? Did you remember to do that? Did you follow
why?
up with that?
Why is it on you?
Yeah.
Because she's my wife, and that was part of the
Because-
contract. That was part of my wedding vows.
You know
It
what?
could go both ways though.
You know what though?
She's very good at this, and
He's the youngest in his family, and I'm the
Sure.
oldest. So we naturally fell into this routine. And and in my family, even in my family of origin,
Right.
I was definitely the driver. Like I was the
Sure,
adult.
sure.
I raised everybody. I kept everything going. So that's like my default is to do that. But I really don't want to be that with him.
No,
so
I
after,
don't see why
so,
you would.
Yeah. So
hence
that's
the
why I
planner,
got online.
right?
I got him a planner. I'm like,
So does this
now it's
absolve you
you.
of any responsibility at this point?
we
from,
will see.
From today on?
It's January 1st. It's noon.
Yeah,
I
it's-
don't.
I'm
I
gonna-
don't.
I'm gonna try
I
something
can't
new.
see
Okay.
that far. We are here though.
I applaud you for that. All right, you made it here. That's good.
And
Did you
he-
write? Is that in your planner? Did
And
you
it's
write
got
that down?
stickers. Yeah.
It
Well,
says that January 1st podcast. Is it? Let me see your
And
first
he-
page.
And he did write.
Show it to the camera.
He did write the podcast.
nothing.
You
Well,
know,
he
but
has something. He has-
I have something for tomorrow.
He's
so.
going to call about.
I've
you
got a
know,
whole
about
bunch
the
of
shared
stuff here.
universe
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Did you put down? Because guess what, guys, you're in for a real treat. I'm going to announce it. So put you guys on the spot.
Okay.
So Ming and Michael have committed to each other and now to the world. They are going to be.
That's a Johnson thing that we're
They're
going to
be
hear
back
from.
on schedule for recording the Ming and Mike show and I Sell Comics in 2020. Thursday
Yeah, we
and
kind of
Friday,
have
right?
to. So yeah.
Thursday
Well,
and
let's
Friday,
get
yeah.
the first one out of the way before.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Thursday and Friday, guys. Look forward
we
to
have
it.
to. So yeah,
Yeah,
and we're going
yeah.
to do it in the mornings, and yeah, it'll be good.
Very nice. So big cup of coffee.
Okay, I mean, you
and a
just,
mic.
yeah, we're also quitting smoking and we're losing weight too. So just before.
Ming's promised to get back to the gym, so that's a good thing. yeah.
That is a good thing, Ming. And to be more positive, right? You're gonna start every day with
With an
very-
affirmation.
Yes.
yeah,
You're gonna look in the mirror and
I don't know if I can.
You're
be
good
more-
enough, and darn it, people like
I
you,
don't know
Ming.
if I can get any more positive. Like,
You are pretty
without without outside intervention
True.
or outside substances. I don't.
maybe
think
you're
that's
so
happening.
positive. Maybe your positivity
Start
is
drinking in the
don't-
morning, Ming.
I
has
don't.
looped back around.
I don't believe in too positive.
You know,
there's
okay.
no. There's nothing like that.
All right.
So, what do you? What if you don't have a pen? How are you going to keep notes on that?
You always
if,
have a pen.
Do you? Do you have one running you right now?
I have one in my jacket.
No,
yeah.
I have the pen right now. So
Okay, the family
and
pen.
there's also
pen.
a big cup full of pens here. So
All right.
we'll have
and
to
I
go
have
to my
pens
pen.
in my car. So
All right, I hope
and I also have
this-
Sharpies. So
All right. I hope this works out.
yeah, me too.
I hope this works out.
I hope I don't
you've
lose this
forgotten a
thing.
lot of. Not you've forgotten a few important.
Like what? Come on,
dates.
because obviously you have this. It's in your
I
mind.
I mean
Yeah,
the
yeah.
big one was 2 years ago when you forgot we had a con in Pittsburgh and you was scheduled to trip to Scotland, and you lost out on many thousands of dollars by
Oh
doing
well,
that.
you know
which,
what? That was
know.
a thing.
Yeah,
But-
I know.
But
I
it-
just,
it's-
and
it
I felt,
also-
I felt bad. You
It
know,
also
was-
had
was a-
one other thing very important to do with it, and
Sure.
that was we couldn't leave the store unattended because Walt was
No, I
going to
know.
Pittsburgh as well.
I know.
So I couldn't take 2 weekends off in a row.
No, I know.
So
I know.
that's why
It
I
was-
had to decommit to that.
We made more money at that con than we ever have at any other convention. I'm
That's
just
not
saying
true.
that.
The Louisville was
uh,
very good too.
It was
Wow.
good, but not. It was not that good.
No, I've talked to Brian and Walt, and they told me that you were lying. So.
Well, then you could have gone that twice. I'm just saying, had you
Yeah,
had the
okay.
date, and you
it was
you
good.
forgot.
I heard, but
Yeah, is
Is
not
this part
not
of
as good.
Festivus, like dredging up the
Yeah,
past?
of
No,
course.
no, I'm
Oh,
just
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
if you had your
Past
planner,
Festivus?
if you had your
Okay.
planner, you could have, you probably would have been there.
But
If I
we
could turn
committed to
back
Scotland.
time.
We committed to Scotland
Right, but you
long
commit-
before that because I had to get 3 other people to Scotland with me.
Sure.
And we were also going to take more time, and that was my vacation.
Right.
So
Could have tacked it on at the end, though.
could have, but then again, 2 weekends away.
All right.
And
Well, no,
I
I'm-
try not to. I
Is
try
there,
not
like,
to
a
burden
grudge
Walt.
here?
And
Is there like a grudge
No,
here?
no,
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 there's
no,
not.
no, I just
No,
felt
okay.
bad that you lost out on
That's
many
okay.
thousands of dollars.
that's perfectly fine. We're good. We're
But now you have the planner,
perfectly
so
fine.
it's all-
and now
it's-
I've got,
it's good.
Now we're good.
Yeah. The thing is, like, that's your life in there, though.
It is. It's
So
fine.
you can't leave that laying around.
No, like Daphne Zuniga in The Sure Thing. I will not be
I'm
doing
thinking
that.
more of Chris O'Donnell and the Skulls. You ever see that movie?
Isn't
Remember
that
the
where?
Skulls?
No.
They join like a it's a he goes to like a Yale and he joins whatever. What's
Yeah.
the one in Harvard?
Yeah,
the Secret Society.
Skull and Crossbones.
Yeah, and the one thing you can't do is leave your
Skull and
handbook
Bones,
laying
I think.
around. And
Yeah,
he
and
comes
he did.
out and he left it in the car, and someone smashed the window and they took it, and things just kind of went downhill from there.
Of course, and then he ended up killing himself, or ended up dying, and they framed
he?
him for killing himself. No, I'm just saying that's what I would do.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Do
Yeah.
these work? Are people paying
Oh
attention?
yeah. You need a.
Of course
yeah.
they work, honey.
Yeah,
phenomenal. That's great.
Yeah, my wife is showing something visual in an audio
Well,
format.
yeah, I
This
mean,
is going
yes.
out as a
Yeah,
podcast
read it.
as
What are you
well.
What are you holding up?
It says, "Keep calm and please wrap up your show." But
2
they're
years and
also,
I have to
yes,
tell you
so
this
they're
stuff.
Also, keep calm. You have 5 minutes left.
So that's in my planner. Tell Julia
Keep
what's
calm.
on the
You
paddles.
have 10 minutes left. So these are because it's getting busy enough that we basically
Well,
have to make sure
I-
people are out. Yeah.
So here at the studio we have we book out by the hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get almost every time you get going, you lose track of time.
Right,
so,
right.
You need to know when to wrap up, so the other podcast coming in after you.
Awesome.
They
Doesn't
do
have to
this
wait
at
too long.
cons.
That's great.
They do this at cons.
Yeah, we
during
learned this from
panels.
Con Life.
Yeah.
We would start running way long on our panels, so people
had to
came
wrap
up
you
with
up.
Yeah, they
with
would.
signage.
Speaking
And-
of cons, when is your first con of the new year?
Albuquerque, New Mexico, January 17th to the 19th
Oh,
at the
you're starting
Albuquerque
out in
Convention
January.
Center.
Okay.
Nice.
I returned for my 4th year in Albuquerque. I will be there. With the cast of The Mandalorian will be there.
Wow.
A lot of cool people.
That is awesome.
So yeah, it'll be me and Carl Weathers, who once these guys tried to get Carl Weathers to punch me one
in the
time.
face, yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
great.
I remember that. And what? And
Brian
why didn't
Brian
you?
failed.
Well, he screwed it up. He's not a good.
okay.
He thinks he can prank people. He's not very good.
No,
at
he's
it.
he's not a
okay.
prank superstar.
He's not very good at it. Yeah. So that'll.
Sage is a
that'll
prank
be,
superstar.
That'll be fun. And then I return to Michigan February 7th to the 9th. Astronomicon in Sterling Heights, Michigan. There's. I don't know if I'll be doing like 30 plus like I did this year. But I went and looked back and.
You
It
did 30
was-
plus last year.
Oh,
Wow.
something like that. Yeah, I mean,
that's
including events. We had things like Rocktoberfeast, which was
yeah.
a charity event that we were involved in. There was the Veg Fest down in Atlantic City that we podcasted at. So
Are we doing that again this year?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
We always support them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it sprinkled in between there.
That was a great convention.
Yeah, there were a couple new conventions that'll pop up. I don't know if it's gonna be that as busy, but I said that last year too. So
It's true.
yeah.
Yeah, you'll do 43 this year, so that'll
instead
be
of-
good.
inst-
Yeah, instead
yeah.
of 30 something.
I mean I don't like leaving. If I could clone myself, like the Clone Wars, like
Or duplicity, multiplicity. That's it.
yes,
The
who was
Michael
that? Michael
Keaton.
Keaton. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, it worked out real well for
Or
him.
Homerplicity.
Or like Mr. Meeseeks. If I have like my own the Mingseeks box.
And the Ming
That would
Seeks
be-
box. Yeah, if someone out there could create the Ming Seeks box,
Yeah.
and not that damn Kirkland Ming Seeks box, that would be great.
Yeah, but
You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Kirkland. Oh, I'm not all caught up,
Oh,
so
for shame.
I'm not caught up.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's not.
There's
all
only
caught
so
up.
many hours in the day.
All right.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
That's a special hour though. That Rick and Morty hour. So
It is. It is one. Do you put that in your planner? Watch Rick and Morty
Hell yeah.
every Sunday night. Is that going in the planner?
you
I
can
see,
says it every night.
Open that up again. I want to see that because you're
I have stickers.
'cause I saw yours has like the day by day list by hour,
Yeah.
and yours only has the calendar. right?
Mine's the broad strokes, but no, I also
Do you have enough
these.
room for your?
No, he
I
has
do.
he
Your
has a
busy
list.
schedule?
He
Okay.
has a list.
We're
yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's basically the same exact layout. It's just that his
Bigger.
yeah, mine's just bigger. Yeah, because my
Right.
eyes
I
are
just
worse, yeah.
I just worry. You have a lot of people over at the store that it's definitely getting taken. It's gonna be on the top of like it's
think so.
and on
Not
a
like I've got
flagpole.
like personal stuff in here.
I
it's
mean,
just
no, he's
I
got,
know.
reminders.
I know you
he's
think
got
we're
And
a
it's
couple of good
shorthand.
bags.
You
He's
think
got a
we're
couple of
you
good
think
bags.
we're mature and in our 40s and 50s, but no, my friend.
Oh, you're talking about like somebody
Sure.
like Harry grabbing this and
Sure. I mean,
someone Harry with no testosterone.
I know it's a blue
Okay.
notebook, but it might as well be red and white with a big freaking target on it at
Yeah,
this
true.
point.
That's no. Let's talk about that.
What are we
Did you
talking-
listen
what
to
are
that?
we talking about?
We're
What's
going to
that?
talk about Brian Johnson attacking us on Tell Him Steve Dave. Did you
I-
hear that?
I did not. I'm
Wow.
again. I'm behind. I heard there was an episode where
Yeah, he was
got. I don't know. Were we talking about how many ads they had and he got pissed off? Or
He
something?
did, yeah.
That's
and
cool.
it was, and they're making fun of him. Yeah, it's very cool. And they're making fun of him
Starting the
because
year out right.
one of their fans was listening to us, which
Right.
I think is kind of scummy, But that's just me.
Wait a second. Hold on. Before we even went live and the mics got hot,
Sure.
I asked the question, is it okay if I gently tease the guys?
No,
on
about that.
TESD?
No, about that. No, we're not going to go there.
But
I'm gonna go
But you're opening
here.
up this can of worms.
This
Why
is-
can't
this
I
is-
go there?
Because
Hey, let him vent. Let him vent. It's a new.
Yeah.
Let him vent.
No. It's not venting. I find it very amusing because I went to Walt because it troubled me. It didn't make me mad because Brian was just like these two fucking assholes, and I heard from this loyal aunt, and wow, if you're sucking up to Brian, set your bar higher, for fuck's sake. And I was thinking, and I listened to it, and I'm like, but nothing were, and Walt is defending us, like, after all the shit you've put those two through with all your gay jokes and all your, they have no talent jokes and all your bullshit jokes, that they should be able to go in and drain your bank account, and you shouldn't be upset with them. And I was like,
Okay, but
that's
hold on,
nice.
back up, because
So anyway, Brian, we were busting Brian's balls for something. They were making fun of somebody who was a sponsor of theirs.
right.
Because we had gotten a new sponsor, and we don't like to make fun of our sponsors. We're kind of, we like that gravy train. But, I
Okay.
mean, when you hire those three guys, you get what you get.
Right.
This is
So-
in reference to Tell 'em Steve Dave episode 428. It's entitled "It's Over Johnson, It's Over." And what's the?
Okay,
So,
so
Brian's
they're
like-
busting on a sponsor, and what you said that you didn't think that was a good idea.
I don't think it's ever a good idea to do.
No,
but
I think I was making fun of. There was a stretch where Brian was like, "Oh man, have you listened to like Smodcast or any of these other podcasts? All they do is have ads throughout the whole program, and then now they've got like 10 ads on their show." Yeah, but
but he was like, and he.
I didn't
he was,
know that was good. He was gonna start flipping tables and shit.
I know. Well, he got
That's
pissed off, and he's
awesome.
like, and he goes under the guise of, I want to. I'm looking out for Walton and Q, and I'm like, no, you're not. When are you ever looking out for
Yeah.
anybody but Brian?
No, good
Tell
for them if they got 10 ads. I'm
Well,
just
what was
saying.
he angry about?
Oh, honey, he's angry about everything. So what was he angry about? I guess because we had the temerity to say we're not gonna, crap all
I don't
over
think
our.
he's real angry. Dude's been real mellow lately. I like
He
it. I
has.
like the new Brian Johnson.
Well, it's just because he hasn't been texting you saying you're you're an asshole or anything. So.
This is boring.
That's why you like. I'm just saying. So I was talking to Walt afterwards. And I'm
Yeah,
like, I was a little bit troubled. I'm like, he went after us kind of hard. But Walt was.
Did you listen
Walt
to
was
the episode,
defending
or was it? I know your kid listens now. It was like, Dad, did you hear what?
No.
Your
I didn't.
Uncle Bryce said about you. You and
No, I don't rely on that stuff like Brian
right.
does. I don't have to have like a spy coming in and like, hey, guess what they said. And by the way, I'm not going to name who ratted us out. There's nothing I wouldn't say on a podcast that I wouldn't say to Brian's face. So, and I proved that many times.
I love it. I read. They have a whole Reddit, and
I don't
they
go
have
on Reddit.
they have a whole Facebook group. Of course, of course I read all those. It's
Because
fun.
your name is mentioned and
Sure.
it pops up.
Yeah, of course. But most of them were like, "Oh man, they just recorded another episode. It really sucked." I'm like, if it sucked so bad, why are you listening to it?
Thank
it's
you.
great.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
You're awesome.
I
Yeah.
love it.
That's
So,
why I'm like, you people are just wow. You're
So to all the people who are listening right now, hello, Happy New Year.
yeah, and
Merry
the,
New
Yes.
Year.
And
Yes.
yeah, the people who are listening,
Merry
it's
New
like
Year,
grudge listening, and it's like,
I'm-
damn you.
hey, I'm
It's
totally
like, that's
cool with
good.
that.
Can we move on then?
So then I
Yeah,
just
what do
wanted
you-
to
what
say
do you
this.
got?
So no, hold. I had a fucking point.
Okay.
So I was talking to Walt afterwards, and I was like pointing a couple things out, and he's like, "Do you hear me disagreeing with you, or am I telling you that you're wrong?"
Right.
So something that I've long suspected about Brian
What?
Johnson is true.
Is there a
Thank
gas,
you.
Is there a gas leak in the store? Because he's being very Mr. Miyagi about this. Where he's like, win, lose, no matter, Michael. Michael's son.
Oh, you mean Walt?
Yeah, what's up? What's going on?
No, Walt's always been mellow. Walt's always been like.
He hasn't always defended us, though.
No, there have been times when you've done stuff to piss him off.
Oh, sure.
I mean, and legitimately
Well,
piss him off.
I do something to get some kind of emotion out of him.
Wow, that's
Come on.
Oh man,
Come on, give me
And guess what?
Come on.
Now goes 10 years of him not defending you
Well,
whatsoever.
it seems like, I guess he's able to vent all his frustrations at your third employee there, where maybe it's mellowing him out. It's great. It's like
I guess.
It's like daily therapy. It's
like he goes in and takes it out on the heavy bag.
Sure.
And I mean that in both literal and figurative ways. So
Oh.
yeah, well there you go.
Oh. That's Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Well,
Let's move.
how the hell were your holidays?
They were great.
You
How
got
about
a dog. You got a dog for Christmas.
Holy crap! Yeah, that was a little bit weird.
I want to hear the story about this. You had two dogs. So you had two dogs. You had
Two
one
rescues.
dog. Then you had
Yeah.
You had one dog. And you had two dogs. Then
Right.
you had 7 dogs.
Yeah, then we went
One
back
of them had a
to
kid. I took one of the dogs.
yeah.
Thank you
Then
very
we
much.
went back to 2. You're welcome.
Yeah.
How is Joy? Doing well.
Great.
Excellent. Then we
Then you have what? 2
I'm gonna-
cats? Or
we have
I
2
know
We
cats,
have, yes, we
one
have,
passed
we have
on.
2 cats.
we had like
And then,
we
yeah,
had like
so-
16 cats
Yeah,
Okay.
we only ever had 4 cats
at one time.
at one time.
and 2 dogs.
And 2 dogs.
That's a lot.
That's
that
a
is a
lot.
lot.
It's a menagerie.
But now we have 2 cats and 3 dogs.
Right. So
Yeah.
why the 3rd dog? It's a lot to take
So,
on.
well,
Dogs are a lot of work.
The 3rd dog is because our oldest dog. So we have
Is there a photo? It's on Instagram. Let me hold it. Keep talking.
yes, it is on Instagram. So the Wagon Inn, which if anyone knows them, then you know why they're amazing. They were where we adopted Cassie from about 11 years ago, going on 12 years ago. And she's just a phenomenal member of the family. Boys were raised with her, and she's getting old. So she had torn her ACL. She's not a great candidate, not a good candidate at all for surgery. So she's kind of healing naturally, and we're giving her some support. But watching her, I just know that any other dog that we get, I would want Cassie, and this isn't actually that unusual for some people, want Cassie to be part of sort of that socialization,
Like a pack?
making her part of the family. Yeah, I mean, listen, when Piper came to us, Piper was a rescue from a hoarding situation. She'd never had human contact. She was absolutely feral. As soon as she was able to get in with Cassie had her behaving like a regular dog within about 3 or 4 hours. But certainly has, done a wonderful job of helping her to acclimate. And now Piper's phenomenal. She's fantastic. So I knew that I wanted to have Cassie as part of that process. And I didn't want Cassie to become so debilitated that it was unfair to bring another dog in. Because there'll come a point when she's physically just in pretty poor shape.
Sure. I think you just said, how old is she?
Yeah, she's going on 12. So
12,
and
okay.
she's a big dog. So she's a half lab, half probably Australian cattle dog. So she's a bigger dog. So she's showing signs of her age. In the back of my head, I'm thinking about this, and I said to Michael, "Do you mind if I put an application into foster with the Wagon Inn? It would be interesting to see." Having a foster, what that dynamic is, and if this is a good idea or not.
Right. It's a lot to take on, though.
So, right. So
and she says,
I know I keep
so,
saying
so,
this.
let's
but-
foster.
So we saw one foster, and we sort of said, well, if you need a place for this guy to land, let us know. And they were like, actually, the application for the adoption went through. I'm like, all right, whatever, wasn't meant to be. So then I get another call less than 24 hours later, saying
hold
a
on,
dog with the same name saying, the foster that he's in now, they're not getting along well with the other dog. Do you mind taking him? And I'm like, oh, guess what, Michael? That dog that I was looking at, they actually need to rehome him temporarily because, he's not fitting in with this house. So Michael's like, fine, we'll go and get him. So we get him in the snow.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
snowing that day.
Yeah, it was snowing that day. And we get him home, and about 2 hours after we got him home, Michael looks at me and says, "You need to call and change the application to adoption.
Of course, come
You
on.
can't leave."
Well,
and I'm
fir-
like, "It's been 2 hours, dude. I mean,
First
this
of all,
you need to be like,
I'm
No.
going through the steps here. So it's like, hey, let's foster. Okay. So, I mean, basically, once you get down there, it's over. You're going to do it.
No, essentially,
And then
I
once
said
you take
that.
the dog back, have you ever had a foster that you didn't adopt? Yeah.
Of course not.
So
And I
why-
told her that. I said, "Why are you even going there?
Yeah,
Why are we lying to? Why are you lying to the
yourself,
both of us?
right. Why are
and
you-
saying
why
we're
are
gonna
you-
foster?"
Okay.
I'm like, absolutely
okay.
not.
So we have Jack. Did you get a picture of Jack?
I did.
Has everyone seen Jack? So we have Jack.
So this is Jack,
Jack's probably
a Jack Russell Terrier, which
Yeah.
I see this at the shelter or whatever, the rescue. Of course, there's no way. Of course I'm taking this dog.
He is
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah,
So-
this Jack looks like the one from Frasier. Yes, I'm taking this dog.
Yeah. And who does he adore and fawn all over and make a big fuss over? Michael.
Yeah,
Yes,
loves me.
Yes, he's like Michael's boy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You seem to be a dog whisperer. I remember I brought Joy, which was the dog I adopted from you. Brought her over to the store, and the second she saw Mike, peed all over the stash floor, like all over. It was like a whole.
I was
in
like-
happiness. Yes.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
was-
in happiness,
yeah,
in
yeah,
happiness.
happiness,
Get
in
him, get the
happiness.
vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had taken
get
her
the wet
out
dry.
before I brought her in, so she wouldn't do that. Didn't go. I'm like, all right, I guess we're good. Went up there, saw Mike, jumped on him, and started peeing all over the place. And I'm like,
Yeah, Doc
And
doesn't
I
have
felt-
that particular way of showing his excitement when Michael walks
Yeah.
in the door. Yeah, but Doc and Michael are tight. And you know what? It is a lot to take on, but it hasn't been nightmarish.
No,
I mean,
he's-
Doc's, you know, he's a rescue, so he has, you know, he has
How old?
reentry. A little over a year and a half, they think. Who knows, really?
Okay.
Yeah, who knows, really?
So are you housebreaking this dog?
No, we don't have
he's
to.
already housebroken.
he
Oh,
was-
okay, he's
yeah,
got that. Okay.
Much to our surprise. I mean, we expected to have, you know,
Issues.
issues.
Sure.
But no, he, you know, he hasn't had, you know, now I'm knocking on wood. We're going to go
You
home.
better.
Right? He hasn't had one accident. Whoever had him, this is our theory. Basically, the reason why he was surrendered apparently was that he was too affectionate. He needed too much attention. So he's a Jack Russell.
Sure.
Is he very, very active? Yes, he is. My theory is someone adopted him. A family adopted him when he was
Sure.
a cute little tiny puppy. And then as he grew, let him basically do whatever he wanted. He's a good-natured soul.
Sure.
And he means well, but he's a Jack Russell who hasn't had any discipline. So he jumps a lot. He mouths a lot because that's something typical that
Sure,
Jack
sure.
Russells do. And he hasn't been taught that we're not other dogs, we're human beings, and you know we don't like to be grabbed and that kind of stuff. But is he really smart? Yeah. Is he really a sweetheart? Yeah. Has he already in a month begun to show that he really is getting like the routine and the fact that he needs to calm down?
Right.
Yeah. So he's going to end up being awesome. I mean, he already is an awesome member of the family, but he's going to be fine.
This got to be taking on like a fifth kid though.
Not really. No, dogs are. They're not human beings, but they need
They're
love.
High maintenance.
Absolutely. But I mean, we've already got two. The third one is really not that much of a stretch.
Okay.
Now cats, we don't even have to worry about them.
No, they're very low maintenance.
They pretty much
they're invisible. Yeah.
Not
Until
really.
when they're not, but
No, it's really funny because we just got a kitten when we moved into the house, which was incredibly stupid,
Right.
but we still did anyway.
right. Oh,
And,
a new
don't
a
screech,
new
please.
player has entered the arena. Everybody,
so-
come on in. Come on over, my friend. Come over.
So- Adding that to the mix, and our kitten is smacking Jack around, smacking Jack,
Oh, sure.
smacking
Well,
Doc
I mean,
around.
Of course. Why? Was that the name the dog came?
No, we're not naming him William. I said if you want to name him
Why?
after.
Why not? Why not? That's a good
William
way to honor
is
your,
a
your
really-
late father,
Well, I had.
Bill for short.
I said let's do a better. What the hell?
Yeah. Hey, if we're gonna talk, we got.
Yeah, seriously, for God's sakes.
we got two very
No
expensive.
wonder Johnson's all over social
we
media
have two very
fucking with us.
expensive Rode microphones
Yeah,
over here. You could be
seriously.
talking into.
yeah,
just saying.
these are pretty sexy, I have to say.
Please
So-
sit down and introduce yourself, please.
So he wanted to. 1 second. We wanted to honor my father. So I said, let's call him Doc.
Oh, your dad was a doctor.
My dad was a doctor. And
Okay.
people called him Papa Doc or whatever.
Right.
So Doc it became.
That'll work.
Hello.
Hello.
Introduce yourself, God damn it.
I'm Janine Frederick.
That's it. There you go.
Oh,
Was that menacing? That sounded
so
menacing.
angry. You just got here.
I know.
So angry, and you took the Lord's name in vain. Very nice. Very
Well,
nice.
it is the new year, and I am trying something new.
It is.
So
All right, that's cool. That's a good name.
Doc's a great name.
That's a good name. We were telling about the story about my dog's old name. Are you familiar with the story, Janine?
No, I'm not.
When I adopted my dog from Mike, his old name was Doofus.
Her name.
Her old name was Doofus, which,
Nice.
a dog starting out in life, perhaps not the greatest name, but so we changed it. Her name is Joy now. However, when I went to go take her for one of her first shots at the animal hospital, I'm in the waiting room, and the lady comes out with a clipboard, and she's like, all right, up next, Duffus. Is Duffus here? And nobody moved, because I'm like, what the heck is a Duffus? And eventually I figured
didn't wanna
out
say
she meant
doofus.
doofus, and that I remembered Mike had told me that. I'm like, hey, I don't know you're talking about my dog, but I think, what kind of dog? It's a Chihuahua Terrier mix, formerly
Well, I mean, if
from
it's a
Long Branch. I
Chihuahua
was like,
mix, the name kind of.
and I looked around and I was like, oh, I think you're talking about my dog, and I'm like, hey.
Oh, that's great.
It's not Duffus, it's Doofus, and it's not Doofus. and it's
my
Doofus
younger
from
son. Yeah.
Rick and Morty. Doofus
Yeah.
Rick.
Yeah.
Doofus Rick. That's why he named her Doofus.
Doofus, yeah.
Because she would
Rick,
walk.
I would have taken Rick, but it's a girl dog, but
No,
I would have
well,
taken Rick.
because Joy used to walk all over. She would walk on the food
Sure.
that we put down. We put
Or anything in her way.
Anything.
Other puppies, yeah.
poop,
exactly.
whatever. She
Sure.
just walked through it,
All right.
and Daniel
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
hey, man, there are no
"That's a-
roadblocks
agree
with
with
this
that.
dog.
We're talking about our
fine.
new dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Doc.
No, I kind of. I saw the pictures.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
cute.
Cool. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kindly pulled the animal lady aside. I'm like, hey, the dog's not named Doofus. You could go in the if you go into Microsoft Excel over there and change the name to Joy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I would really appreciate that.
And can we spell it really weirdly? Joieee.
There's not enough
Joy.
H's in there.
Yeah.
Joy.
Need more H's and a
Yes,
Q.
and a Q. Well, there are.
Now you have to get a dog.
No.
No.
No? How about a cat?
Oh boy, that
I
was
have
an
a cat.
unequivocal.
How about a monkey?
That was an
I
unequivocal.
have a
no.
monkey.
All right, well. Get rid of those guys with divorce. That's how you get rid of the monkey.
No,
I-
it's okay.
Well, now that you have 2 cats, 3 dogs. Do you have like a fish and the other animals?
No,
No.
we actually gave away our 2 bearded dragons.
Wow. Why?
We
That's-
rehomed them. Because when we had, it was during the storm. It was after Sandy.
Sure.
And bearded dragons, unlike dogs and cats, which can like just curl up in a nice ball, you throw a blanket over them, feed them,
Yep.
they're fine. Bearded dragons like require a certain amount of light and special food. and
Right.
Heat.
There was just no way that, you have to have
And
a
we
heat
had-
lamp on. We just couldn't take care of them. So someone
Yeah.
kindly stepped in and offered to give them
Yeah,
a
let's give
home.
them a plug. Actually, Finn and Feather
Well, actually,
boarded them for
yeah, they
like
were
3
amazing.
months.
Yeah.
Finn and
Yeah.
Feather in Red Bank, they were fantastic. They were boarding like animals that needed special
Yeah,
care.
they're
Somewhat
displaced, yeah.
exotic.
And
I
it's
guess.
I mean, they needed a heated rock, they needed light. We didn't have any
Power.
power we had no power in the house for like 4 months.
Right.
Yeah.
So, because all of our wiring was destroyed, so we gave them out to them, and then we took them back, and
And
we
then
did,
friends of
and
ours
then friends
offered
of
to
ours,
take them
yeah,
because we were kind of in transition, kept moving from place to
yeah,
place.
we
so
had
they
to
took
foster out our cats, which broke my heart. So that's why
them until we came back.
yeah, until we came
Well,
back.
I mean, extenuating circumstances for sure.
True,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
mean, it's like, oh my God, but it's your family,
Sure.
and that's what a lot of people are like. The people who don't have pets, the people who don't connect with animals,
Right.
and God love you if you don't. That's perfectly fine. But they judge people who do. It's like, really, you did that for your
Yeah.
dog?
No, I
You
think
did that
I
for
think
your cat?
everybody in our world has a soft spot for animals. Everyone down from Brian Johnson all the way up to Kevin Smith. He's got
Yeah,
he's
oh
got
my God,
turtles,
yeah.
got dogs.
Yeah, I think Kevin had 3 dogs at one point.
He did.
Yes.
He had more than that. I think.
Kevin
did,
has
yeah.
turtles.
He does. Yeah.
Really?
They
Cuff
were-
and Link.
Are they sneaky?
No, I think they have a very nice house. He was featured in a TV show where they built a habitat for the turtles. I can't remember the name of the
Oh,
show.
that's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice.
If
Turtle Rescue.
Don't let Daniel
911.
Don't let Daniel see that
No.
show because he's been wanting.
well, you're
it
not
for
allowed
a
to
minute.
own.
He's gonna run to you. I want turtles, Mom.
I think most turtles are illegal in the state of New Jersey because of
Yeah,
the spread of
yeah.
disease. Now,
Really?
if you were in a state that
I
had no
them anyway
limit,
when I was a kid.
no limit to what kind of pet you could have, you ever desire to own anything more exotic?
Monkey when I was a kid, but not anymore.
Really?
No, not. I don't want a monkey. They fling their poo, and I had enough of that with my kids. So
Right, or some of the guys over at the stash.
yeah. and then- oh, you're opening that wound again. All right, good.
Sure.
Maybe Brian Spies will write that down.
Yeah, because I just got back from Texas. In the state of Texas, you can own basically anything as a pet.
Pretty much ocelots. It's true. Panthers.
Yeah,
Whatever the hell
my
you want.
friend Laura works at a pet store up in northern Houston, and I went in there. They had the first thing I saw was a sign. It said "sale on baby pot-bellied pigs." I was like, "Ooh!"
Wow.
They were like $50 or something. It
Did you
wasn't-
call? Hey, Debbie, guess what? I'm bringing home.
I don't even know if they're legal in this state. I'm
They-
gonna guess.
Actually, I think they are.
Okay.
I think you can have a
Yeah, no,
potbelly
you
pig.
can have a
Okay.
potbelly pig.
Yeah, because I saw one walking down the Long Branch Boardwalk.
Oh, right, and I think Walt's brother-in-law has one or something. He
So
family
many
told the
things
story.
I could say about
Yeah.
that.
But I was
Well, this is before the storm, so it was okay.
I was looking around baby turtles, which are highly illegal in the state. A lot of states were available.
Goats, baby goats. They now you know what? Goats are absolutely adorable. I
They
think
are.
that they would be very cute, but like so time consuming
Yeah.
to train them. A goat?
Never
Can you
eat
train
any
a-
garbage services
can you train a
too, if
goat?
you have
Yeah, you can. You can train anything, honey.
2 of my friends had hedgehogs, which I don't know if you're allowed to
I
own in this state.
Doubt it.
Hedgehogs are adorable.
Oh yeah, for
They
sure.
are. They're
Yeah, they only
adorable,
have a lifespan of 2 years, which is
Oh, even more adorable.
There you go. Ming's like, which makes them the ideal pet for me. I lose interest very
Oh, yeah,
early,
very quickly.
on. Yeah.
But there
They're
was
also
It's like we
really
still have
fast.
those things.
Really? Yeah. Oh, they're not really fast.
This dude,
Squirrels, you can't.
this
Oh,
dude,
Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
this dude came up to me in the store. He's like, "Hey man, welcome to the store." I'm like, "Hey, thanks." He's like, "Hey, you want to hold my wallaby?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good." I'm like, "Do you even work here?" He's like, "No, he just brought it in. I don't know why he had it in."
I want to show it
And-
off.
Yeah, and he got mad at me. He's like, "Why?" He's like, "Who doesn't want to hold the wallaby? Why don't you want to hold my wallaby?" He got pissed off at me. I'm like, "Fine, hold your fucking wallaby."
And did you hold his
I held the
wallaby?
wallaby. Yeah, I'll see if I can find the photo.
All right, cool.
And I was like, "All right," I held it for like I don't know 30 seconds. I'm like, "All right, I'm good, dude.
Yeah.
You can have him back, but
my
you can."
my wallaby quota's filled. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
You
for
filled
like,
up my tank for the next 30
for
years,
life.
buddy.
Yeah, but I didn't know with
That's like that. That's like T-shirt worthy. Hold my wallaby.
yeah.
I mean, it's like holy.
Yeah, want to hold my wallaby?
Yeah.
Put that on your. We'll do bumper stickers
Yeah.
from a shared universe.
Sure.
Want to hold my wallaby? Follow me to shared universe.
Yeah,
Shared
but
universe, please touch my wallaby.
shout out to the pet store at the Woodlands Mall.
Woodlands Mall, nice.
Managed by Lorem. I held a
Oh, the
wallaby there.
Woodlands is a really. I mean, I've heard of that. That's like a contained community, right? It's got everything there. You can live there, shop there.
I believe
work
so, yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's like a community within a
I
community.
believe so.
think.
Yeah, and you can get exotic pets there apparently.
Apparently so.
You get a wallaby there. I mean, even if you don't want one.
Yeah.
Daniel wanted a snake. We were like, no,
No
we're not,
snakes.
We're not getting snakes.
Why?
No.
Yeah, because
Snakes?
it's Daniel.
Yeah. Why not?
Oh, well, why not get a snake?
Why not get a snake? Because
Yeah. Slytherin. It's cool. Harry Potter made it look cool.
do you speak parcel tongue?
I don't. Maybe your
Then
kid does though.
Maybe he does. I'm not
Well-
willing to find out.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because God knows what had happened.
Are you Indiana Jones? Like, why
No,
does it have to be
no, I don't-
snakes? Why does it always have to be snakes?
No, rats. Rats do it for me. I hate rats.
So Last
freak me
Crusade,
out.
you had to turn your head.
yeah, that would have messed me up. That would have been like, ugh, because rats are just ugh.
Michael, you have chosen unwisely.
Right, exactly.
You're-
Or tarantulas. The opening scene of Raiders that would have gotten me. I would have been like, son of a bitch.
Or that Brady Bunch episode where they go to Hawaii. Wasn't
Yeah.
there a tarantula when Bobby got the idol?
Yeah, the professor trying to get the that idol, and he almost killed his brother.
Or did you ever see
happens.
Eight-Legged Freaks or Arachnophobia? You
I
ever
did see
Arachno-
Arachnophobia. I was Jeff Daniels. I'm like, oh god, this sucks. And I sat through the whole thing. I'm like, that. I think it had
Snakes
to do.
on Planes. Isn't that the one with Samuel L.
Oh,
Jackson?
yeah.
Yeah, but that would be spiders on a plane. Snakes, I would have no problem with. Snakes, I got no.
How about
Actually,
you?
Jules is a big.
I mean, yeah.
You picked up snakes. You.
I don't mind snakes. I just don't want to take care of one. That's all.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I mean, I'm not afraid of snakes.
Sure.
Yeah, tarantulas. No, that's.
Sure.
no.
I found actually a baby snake out in the backyard the other day. I brought it in. The boys were like, "Yeah, whatever." I'm like, "Oh, it's so cute." And Daniel didn't ask to keep it actually.
Yeah, he's getting older.
Yeah,
He's
getting
better.
older. What about you?
Oh,
Any
exotic pets?
pets?
I'm good with the dog.
Really?
The hedgehog was cool too. Though I would, if someone
Yeah.
was like, "Hey, I gotta give up my hedgehog," I
You know,
might
people
consider
are going
it.
to be sending wallabies to the studio now, and we're going to be like, oh, shit, we're
if
swimming
they're-
in wallabies.
If they're, I don't know, wallabies are shippable. Snakes are though. We learned that from our friend Jared Greer, who runs the Lexington Comic Con.
You can ship a snake?
Yeah, oh yeah, you can FedEx snakes and eggs. I think unhatched eggs. Oh yeah, sure.
Wow.
Yeah, you can definitely ship snakes though. They're
Okay.
hardy enough that they can survive the trip.
Nice.
Would you?
How about dragon
How about you?
eggs?
I had, when I was a teenager, 2 box turtles and an iguana.
Oh.
That's
Did you
pretty
enjoy
metal.
having the iguana?
No.
No. Yeah.
They
I
don't do
know,
anything.
They like look cool.
Yeah.
In the, yeah.
And then you're like, fucking
do
thing keeps
something.
biting me, or like whipping me with. I'm trying to feed you, you stupid bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can eat iguanas though, right?
I don't know. I think you can.
Yeah.
I think you can.
You
Oh,
didn't?
man, I thought I was gonna
No, mine-
trap her. I
mine
thought she would be
never-
like, yeah, it tasted
No.
great. Yeah.
Mine
no.
never got big enough to eat, unfortunately. Mine had.
I stopped
issue-
feeding it, and it just
No. Mine had an issue with its intestines. Apparently, it had swallowed a piece of Reptibark at some point when it was younger, and
So you killed your iguana.
no. It spent like 3 days in the vet, and then they told me they're like, yeah, he's gonna have absorption issues or whatever, and probably have a blockage later on.
The hell does absorption
die.
issues mean?
wow.
He
Like
had-
nutrient absorption issues.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
it had like a blockage. It was weird. Like
Yeah.
they tried cleaning it out with enemas and stuff, and they were like, well,
You're giving iguanas enemas? Nice.
yeah, and $600
Sounds like Brian.
later,
Didn't he have that problem?
I have
Where
no
he was all
idea.
backed up?
I was like, I'll just take it home.
You keep going back to the well. No wonder his spies are like all over us, Ming. For God's sakes.
But now the cat's enough. The cat's about as exotic as
So
you
did the
need.
iguana
That is
die?
enough.
Hold on. Did the iguana die?
The iguana did eventually die 2 years later. So,
So they
I tried
lied.
to give it the best life it could have. It never grew.
Okay.
And yeah,
Probably
it
couldn't
just-
absorb the
it stopped
nutrients and-
Eating
Maybe it was a
and,
pygmy iguana.
And it just died.
Yeah.
But
There's
it
nothing
was,
worse
it
than
was
that.
cute, but it started losing its color. It started,
Well, I mean, nothing worse than watching a poor defenseless animal
Yes,
stop eating
you're-
and die.
Yes,
We-
yes, yes.
Yeah,
You're right
he
about
used to
that.
even in an
too.
iguana.
You're right about that.
But he had the piece of driftwood to climb on.
He had the
little-
rock.
yeah,
He
yeah.
had the
He was
rock.
Oh, yeah,
had
we
had
two
the whole
different
habitat,
temperatures
too,
of
yeah.
light. Like
That's
I went crazy and got him like this awesome setup, and he had a hammock, and I would feed him berries and.
Did you get him iguana
sometimes he'd sit
prostitutes?
on my shoulder, and I'd feed him lettuce while I was doing my homework.
Oh.
He liked
Okay.
that, and then he'd whip me in the face with his tail, because he was like, "Thank you for that. Fuck you."
'Cause
You know,
you-
it's just, all right, go
Where are
back
my
to the
iguana
thing."
prostitutes? See, that's what you have to do. Oh my God.
I don't want to ask you what you just said again. Please don't repeat it.
Yeah, right
so
on.
yeah, Meg's like, I'm going to plug back into this conversation
cool.
because now I can steer it in a different direction.
Yeah,
Something that I'm
I
interested
just
in.
didn't know if you had the
Yes.
desire to like, hey, I want a two-toed sloth or something.
No. No,
Is-
I've
is-
never had like I was never that. Oh, when I was a kid,
Yeah.
I'm like, I want a dragon, even though I knew that dragons didn't exist from a very young age. But
Yeah, but then Game of Thrones came out. I was like, no, I want a dragon.
now I do want a dragon. No, I really don't want a dragon. I mean,
Talk
house
about cleaning up the backyard,
yes,
man.
That
I mean,
would
you're not gonna.
suck.
Yeah, unless you had an army of slaves to do it. You know.
Although,
Expensive to feed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
no, let them
Unless
go
you're
out and
feeding
hunt.
your army to it.
Let them go out and hunt. Then you got people coming and invading your lands because
Right.
your dragon
Right,
killed my
exactly.
child.
My
Yeah.
kid, yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Like,
getting sued for
dude,
like,
I
the
didn't do
local
nothing.
farm because the dragon keeps burning and
I'd have a
eating the
lobby.
cows.
If I had the money to have a dragon, I'd have a lobbyist getting
I was
all
gonna say,
sorts of
if you
stuff.
had a dragon, though, would anyone really complain? It's
Yeah,
like,
seriously,
It's
you-
like, did you want to complain to my dragon about
seriously.
anything?
Go right up to
You
him.
know,
Go right up to
'cause
his
he's
mouth.
hungry and
Yeah, take your
we
number,
usually
take it up with him.
feed everybody that complains to the dragon.
Oh, by the way,
so
he can't
please
count,
Continue.
so-
Yeah.
You're screwed.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
it with Zapcon
Yeah.
or whatever you call it. You're
I'd let it pick its own name.
yeah.
Rar. There you go. Rar.
Yeah, speaking of Texas, which is, I'm reiterating why Texas is the greatest state in the nation, by the way.
Next to Kentucky, of which I am a colonel. Thank
That's
you.
part
true.
of
You are a
Texas were you in
Kentucky
again?
Houston.
Houston.
Yes.
Houston is
Is that
awesome.
like the middle of Texas?
It is southeast.
Okay.
More of the
Houston's
southeast corner.
Houston's where Coral Sword is, right?
It is, yeah, man. Yeah,
Houston's very
Did
cool
you stay
town.
in a hotel or like
I did
an
not. I
Airbnb?
stayed at my cousin's place.
Oh, okay.
Even better.
Okay. Very nice. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
well,
awesome.
better for you, not better for her.
No.
She's like, oh, son of
Standing
a
there like,
bitch.
Pretty
When's he gonna
sure
leave?
she wants me to move in with them at this point.
Really?
So,
That
yeah.
sounds-
We have a lot of fun. You met her.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you met her. We had a great time.
Yeah.
I saw a story coming out of Texas. Did you see the church shooting video?
No,
Yes.
the video?
Yeah,
I heard
and I
about
saw
it, but
that,
no.
and I immediately thought of you. I
Because
immediately
they
thought
had
of you.
what happened
Tell
was
the story. Tell
I
the
know what
story.
the-
I'll
yeah,
get the
yeah,
video.
but
I'll
go
get the
ahead,
video.
yeah, go
you
ahead.
had a guy go in and he opened fire, and you had volunteer security people there who drew down and dropped him, which is, I mean, if you're gonna start some shit, you're gonna have to expect some shit. I mean, that's, and if I hear of any lawsuits coming from the shooter's family, like, oh, you didn't even give him a chance, it's like, you know what, and there was rumblings about that. I heard that it's like, you know what, I have no idea what the beef was. Do we know what the beef was? I just vaguely, I know that there was a volunteer.
I mean, 43-year-old guy pissed off about something. It happens all the time.
How could you?
but in church.
I don't understand like what the lawsuit would be about. I mean, if you walk in and
Sweetheart, there
you
have
pull a
been-
gun and you kill somebody, then anything that happens after that
killed
is
2 people.
self-defense.
Yeah.
So I don't see what the.
It's actually he was shot to death by 2 congregants, and there were 2 guys it was 2 guys, right? It just said. I thought it was 1 guy.
No, it
just
was
like-
one guy, it was one shooter.
Okay, no, I mean there were 2 guys who shot him.
It was later. It was one. But,
Okay.
well, here's the here. Here's the great part about this. One, you can get in concealed carry in Texas.
Yeah.
No problem. Like going to 7-Eleven buying a lottery ticket or a
Right.
gallon of milk. It's great. Two, the church had a volunteer security force.
Yes, which
was
is-
that
yeah.
for them to
Yeah.
even think of that is great because it worked. It
Yeah.
worked out. Three, the guy pulled out the shotgun. He shot 2 people, but they dropped him with. It was a 6-second interaction. But the great part was guy who dropped him was a gun instructor. He instructed all the other security people how to shoot. Took him to the range up in the mountains. But at the time he dropped him, there were a whole bunch of other congregants that had drawn their weapons too. So there was
Yeah.
no guy had no chance.
Yeah. Oh man,
Had no
that
chance.
was. See, that's the whole thing. And why would you? You know what? That's like the most cowardly thing you can do is like go in and you draw a shotgun when nobody's. If you want to die.
Well, I think he knew.
Well, he's.
Well, maybe that was his whole plan. Maybe
I think
just
he knew.
wanted to
So
go
here's the
in there
video.
to die.
Look at the top right. There's a dude in the black. He's kind of wandering around oddly. He's he's pulling this shotgun out of his long coat. All right, boom, shoots that guy dead.
Is he limping?
Shoots, and that guy immediately draws, bam, drops him. That's it. But if you look, it's on the video, a bunch of the other congregants who were also strapped, also drew their weapons, and I mean he had no chance, but he knew he was going down. He knew he was going down.
Why would you do that? What? That's like.
Why?
Yeah, because
Why-
you're
why-
mentally
why-
messed up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why take a gun and shoot people anywhere? Because
I have
you're
no
mental.
idea. Exactly. Well, that's the whole thing. And these people, I mean, unfortunately, 2 people died because this
Well, I mean,
asshole came in.
200 people could have died.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And thank God that guy was there. Thank God that they had the presence of forethought to institute this voluntary security force,
Right.
which is. It's just the way that life goes these days.
Yeah, I thought about you though.
it sucks.
You got an arsenal. Could you do it?
What?
Because
Drop a guy?
you're
If I had to?
you don't go to church, but I don't know.
I
You're at
do.
the movies or something, or you're in a crowded
does.
situation.
He does.
Could
he
you,
comes. He
could-
comes with me.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
He
do.
comes with me to church.
So.
Oh, okay.
and-
All right.
and
You're
if-
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
You're at church. Dude pulls a shot. Could you do it?
Oh, take him down? Hell yeah. He's
How long
threatening
would it-
my family.
Sure.
I don't care. I mean, I don't. Could I take him down? Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's how fast? I don't know. I'm getting older. You know. But I think
the
I could
last
take him
time
down.
we
How's
were- the
your
last
shot
time-
at the range? How's your shot?
He's
Pretty good.
He's a sharpshooter.
She's
right.
she's
doesn't
dead
miss.
shot. She was good. Last time we were there,
Good, but you're great.
I was going for headshots, so
Right.
I scored lower.
Which this guy said he shot him in the head. He said usually when I train people not to shoot in
center
the head.
mass.
But that was the only choice he had.
No,
And
it's,
he went
yeah.
bam, one shot in the head.
Yeah, because the guy was. There were people in between him and the shooter.
Yeah.
So I mean, he had to get high, and boom. Yeah, that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Gone for the head.
Yeah, then
Always
he said
go
he
for
went
that.
over and he like kicked the body a little bit to
Uh-huh.
make sure he was really dead.
Oh, yeah,
to
you
make sure he
have
wasn't
to.
gonna get up.
No, you make sure that the guy's his hands off the weapon, and
Yeah.
you secure the perimeter.
Right. Then
So,
then he was like, I'm no hero. I'm like, come on, bro, just take it.
I
on.
wouldn't consider myself here. I would consider the loss of life to be even worse because you had to kill a guy and he killed 2 people.
Would you
before
be that guy that the press conference like, oh, I just reacted?
It would have been just a reaction,
Really?
but I don't know. I'm not a policeman. I've never served in the military,
Sure.
so it's not like second nature to me, like
Right.
it is for some people.
Yeah.
But if I had a gun on my hip, that would have been the first place.
Is that where you carry it on the hip, shoulder, hip? Where would you carry it?
Oh, I
if you had
carried.
the thing?
This
If you
is
had the-
Jersey, dude. I carried it in a lockbox in the
No.
trunk
If
of my car.
if we were in the great state of Texas and
Hip, absolutely.
I am?
Oh yeah, right down on the hip, right there. And you're done.
do you have a holster?
I do actually. I have a flak jacket here someplace. There's a flak jacket with a built-in holster. It won't fit my
I saw that we got that at the
357.
gun show in Monroe, Michigan, or not Monroe, Mount Clemens, Michigan.
Yeah.
At the Gibraltar Trade Center, that weird flea market. we went
Yeah, I
to,
wanted to.
like
I wanted
4
to
years
get
ago.
a dock holster for my shoulder. They have it's like a dock holster. It like hangs down, sort of like almost like a Bjork for your gun. It's kind of
It's
cool.
like every time we do our Christmas party, like I'm trying to clean up. I'm like, this is still here, your flak jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's hung up on a hanger in the other room. But I saw their pockets for like clips.
Yeah, it lets people know not to mess around in here now, doesn't it?
Not necessarily. It's not on any. You're not wearing it.
But I could be.
You should wear it. You should
Wear
wear it.
it
We'll see
around.
what happens.
Yeah,
For
next time
like,
I'm
podcast.
engineering, a podcast, I'll
Like you
wear
should
it.
bring your. Are you allowed to put clips in there? That's not
Magazines.
illegal, right?
Magazines, Ming. Magazines.
Yeah, magazines.
Yeah.
Magazines.
Like
Please
some
don't
what
say clips.
10 round magazines.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have a gun too?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
What are you packing?
Beretta APX.
Wow. That's what caliber is that?
9mm.
Okay. Like is that like what they would issue to like police or is that a H and K?
Different departments have
Heckler and
different
Koch?
things.
Okay.
When I was with the auxiliary, we, Berettas were available to the auxiliary officers, but the regulars carried Glock 40s.
Yeah, you ever load that? I was like, I hold 10 men's lives in my hand.
No.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I would
It's
much rather not have to throw down
like a
against
last-
somebody.
yeah, a last
It's
resort.
a
Sure.
last resort.
Listen,
So you're yes.
when we went through, like, to reference the storm again, when we went through the storm, we had looters coming through.
Yeah, you
And-
had one. His name was Rob freaking Bruce.
Well,
Did you ever think about shooting
I
him?
mean, no. I mean, we had.
You got to
we
watch
had
out because he
people
might
come
have spies
through-
listening too.
We had people come through that actually presented, risk
physical-
of physical
physical threat.
violence and physical harm
Yeah.
that we had to fend off, and that happened
How'd you fend him off?
with a steel
Cassie
pipe
and
because
Cassie.
and the dog. So the
You
dog
had a
came
pipe
down.
in your hand. You're like,
I grabbed a pipe, and then Michael
she
came
had-
downstairs
what?
with the dog.
Hold on.
Yes,
Tell the
yes.
scenario. Tell the story.
Well,
So-
we're not going to name names, honey.
Well,
so,
no,
yeah.
but
Those are
we're
people
not
you
gonna
knew?
name names. Well, there was one person that we knew and one person. Well, we knew from around the neighborhood. One
Whoa.
person. But yeah, no, I mean, we were literally dragging.
Bands of looters like
we were
roaming the
dragging
streets of
things
West
out.
Long Branch.
It was like the purge.
We were
Ming.
dragging things out
Yeah.
to like dry them.
Right.
And I was in the kitchen trying to go through stuff, and I turned around and there were these two guys sitting there, and they were just like dragging stuff out. I'm like, "Excuse me, what are you doing? This is my house."
Yeah.
And they're like, "We lost everything. We're here to take what we can get." And I'm like, "The fuck
Whoa,
you
it
are!"
was like the end of the world,
and
man.
I picked up a pipe and I basically shouted, "Get out of here!" to let him know, because we had the kids upstairs, to let him know that there was someone else in the house, and I wanted him to be careful when he was coming down the stairs.
Yeah.
And he came down the stairs with Cassie, who went after them, and they turned around and they
released
and
the
they
hounds?
left.
Almost.
Yeah, Cassie would have torn into them, but
Right.
that,
So
but
what did they go off running? Like what?
they made
Or
a
they
very
got the
hasty.
message?
They made
Okay.
a
They
very
left
hasty
quickly.
exit. Yeah, and they went off to, I guess, look for some place that was abandoned. But the point is that happened all within 48
Sure,
hours. So
sure.
I learned, unfortunately, very quickly that, when the electricity goes off and shit goes down,
Sure.
it can get ugly really quickly. And it doesn't matter, if you have kids. It doesn't matter if
Sure.
you're old.
They don't care.
People do not care. They come in and
They want what
if
they
you're
want.
if you're not prepared to protect yourself and the people that you love, you're going to be a victim.
Yeah,
So-
law enforcement was preoccupied. They wouldn't have come.
Well,
to
they
your
were. I
aid.
mean, everyone was overwhelmed.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure if there had been any officers in the area, they would have intervened.
So
But
that's what.
that
That was
you
the
can't be
ca-
everywhere at once.
That was the
So-
catalyst. Is that what prompted? us? Like, we're gonna get. We're
yeah.
gonna, we're gonna,
Yeah.
we're gonna freaking arm up, man.
Yeah, we're gonna arm ourselves. We're gonna learn about gun safety, and we're gonna be able to use them.
and hope we never have to.
And hope we never have to.
Yeah.
And thank God we never have. So, but
Wow.
And there was an incident where somebody shot into my house.
Yeah.
It turns out that it was accidental fire, but I mean, it's still,
They never found the culprit though.
maybe.
Oh yeah. All right.
That I never followed up with them. I never asked
Sure.
what's going on, but it was someone was
What
cleaning
was
their
your?
gun.
I mean, did you grow up? Was it something that
I mean,
your
you worked in
family
law enforcement,
or-
right? Weren't you have a law enforcement background? Are you allowed to talk about this?
Yeah, no, I can. I was a member of the police auxiliary in Middletown for 3 years, so that came with lots of training, so that was awesome. I didn't have a firearm then. I think the thing that changed my mind about actually possessing one was Sandy. Having gone through that with the auxiliary at the time and seeing what you thought, which was the police were overwhelmed, people just went fucking nuts, was absolutely true. Absolutely true. I saw the best of humanity and the absolute worst of humanity come out
Yeah.
in the days that followed Sandy, and all it took was 3. That's it. just 3 days for everybody to lose their freaking minds.
Yep.
In certain parts of the state, hours.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Now we not the experience you had, but you know.
But you saw it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I want to live in a perfect world, but we don't live in a perfect world, and I don't. Unfortunately, a lot of the problems that create a lot of the problems are problems that can't be legislated away. They are just part of human nature.
Ask Aristotle what their Twitter handle is. I'll unblock them.
That's his Twitter handle. And you can
Answer
talk
that.
into the microphone. He's listening.
Well,
He can hear
okay.
you, dude.
All right. All right.
What happened?
It's a
Someone
New Year's
got,
miracle. There's someone on the chat asking Mike to unblock him. And,
Oh, is that Ernie saying that he's a perfect dog? That Doc's a perfect dog?
I think so. Yes.
Aw,
Yeah.
thank you, Ernie. Yes, he is. He is a love
Wow.
bug.
So yeah, I didn't see any of this because I didn't wander into the West Long Branch area.
That's
I hung on Red Bank where the power was on the next day because it was on the same power grid as the hospital.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me and Mike recorded a podcast. I think literally the day after.
Oh wow.
And the only lawlessness I saw was the incredibly long line over at Starbucks where people got a little pushy because they couldn't get their lattes as fast as they usually could.
I
And-
was in Middletown, but at the time I was living in a town next to that, and my town was kind of sandwiched next to another town called Keensburg. And Keensburg got hit to the point where the water came up from the beach
Sure.
and just, literally decimated the entire town.
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, just about everybody had lost their homes or lost them to the point where they were unsafe to be in. So after the storm, we saw people walking through our neighborhood covered in mud and
Yeah.
just like zombified looks on their face because they just didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they had no food, they had no water, they had nothing. They had absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So like there was one point where, I was in my house and I saw somebody on my front yard and I was like, what the fuck's this guy doing?
Yeah.
And I run outside and like you have something in your hands and can I help you? And he's picking up sticks. He's picking up sticks to take to his house where his 5-month pregnant wife was, freezing her butt off basically so that he could make a hobo fire to keep her warm.
God.
Mm-hmm.
So I helped him pick up sticks. But it would like everybody, it got to that point
Yeah.
where there was nowhere that he could have even taken her.
Yeah.
There was nothing. Keensburg, for instance, had like nothing set up until people basically broke into the grammar school and took it over. And then the police were like, okay, we're doing this now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Keensburg's
pretty
not,
much it. That's
Yeah.
what happened. And then, Middletown, everyone had what they had what they prepared and everything. Not a lot of places there got demolished by water except for, the parts that were on the water.
Yeah.
A lot of people lost their homes there. The facilities that we had set up were packed, absolutely packed to the point where people had to start being diverted down to Monmouth University because they had a big facility there. Monmouth University was also housing people from Atlantic City and the shore areas that were being driven up. So that place was absolutely packed and overwhelmed,
Yeah.
extremely overwhelmed. They had plumbing issues. It was nuts. And then in Middletown, you had you had well-to-do people basically fist-fighting over a carton of eggs in front of the Wawa because the Wawa had just opened and they had 6 carton of eggs for sale.
Yeah.
And there were, 150 people descending on the Wawa for those 6 carton of eggs. So how many people actually took the eggs home? None of them, because all the eggs ended up on the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like they were literally brawling, like literally fighting each other. The same thing at the Wawa over in Tinton Falls. They had fist fights over gas.
Well, something like that happened to me.
Yeah. Michael almost got.
Well, what happened? Tell the story.
This is, I think I might have told this story before, but we were keeping an ear out for my entire neighborhood. We were telling each other where gas stations were opening.
Yeah.
Because it was
And there
rationed.
was
Yeah.
yes, and it's a raceway now, right next to the Home Depot on Route 36. There, it used to be a Hess station, and they were opening at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. You get up early, so
Yeah.
no sweat.
I was up at like 4 o'clock, and I took your car over. Took the
Well, yeah, I
Santa
don't
Fe,
know.
and we went over, and I'm online, and there's a huge line
Sure.
stretching all the way
Sure.
down, and there's martial law You're not allowed to be out of your house. You know, the
Yeah.
cops are like, "Are you getting gas?" Some guy's behind me, and some guy right in front of me left his car to go over to the Taco Bell because they had opened up.
Yeah.
Somehow, I think
Right,
it's
he needed his nachos Bel Grande, I guess.
whatever
So,
he
yeah.
needed, but the line was moving.
Cheesy
And
gorditas. Or
I'm like,
hell yeah, man.
yeah.
Better than fuel.
Freaking cinnamon crispas, man.
You'll get gas. No,
Yeah.
no problem
and
with
that
that.
weird blue Mountain Dew, man. Hey, yeah, okay. So he goes to Taco Bell.
He goes
leaves
to
his
Taco
car,
Bell,
right.
leaves his freaking car there,
Right.
and the line starts moving, and I'm like, oh
Bro.
shit!
Bro.
I'm like, he's gonna lose his.
Run back from the border and get your ass in the
That's
car.
that's what I'm doing. I'm
Sure.
honking, and this guy behind me goes out and pulls in front of him, and he's like, "Ugh."
Oh, he got mad?
And I got mad. I'm like, "What are you doing?" I said, there are people who will kill you if you
Right.
you
Yeah.
do that."
Yeah,
And it was
you're
an
looking
old-
at one of them.
And it was no, it wasn't me. No, it was an old guy, and I'm like, "What are you doing? That's insane. Don't do that." And the cop came along. He's like, I saw what happened. He's like, "You want me to toss this guy offline?" I'm like, "No, he wants to
Like,
get
can I
gas.
pu-
Same
can I-
with us."
Can I beat him up a little bit first?
Again, you think
teach
I'm
him a lesson.
You
Shake
think I'm a
shake
lot
really
angrier
hard.
than I am. See, this is why I can't change during the new year,
I
honey.
think you're a lot less angry though.
I am
You
actually.
Actually,
But
yes.
I told the old man, I'm like, if it had been somebody else, you would have gotten your ass beat for cutting in
Sure,
line.
sure.
I said, everybody back there is like gunning for you now. And
Right.
the cop was like, look, sir, and not to me, to him. He's like, look, sir, he's like, I'm like, let him go. It's
Yeah, that's
not
cool.
that big a deal. I said, do me a favor, find Gordito Breath and get him the fuck
Right,
out of
right.
line. Because he's screwing me over.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
What happened to him? Did he come back? And
he
what
came
happened?
back. He's like, ooh. I'm like, you're a moron too.
Right.
And
But he was still in front of you, though.
he's still in front of me.
Okay.
I could have cut
How,
him.
how mad would you have gotten if like he got his gas and like, well, that's it, everybody, we're all out.
He came close.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, because they cut off the line about 10 behind me. Because
Holy crap.
they're like, well, you
Ran
got to
out.
wait for more gas to come. I'm like,
Yeah.
yikes. And there are a lot of people who were filling up, their
Multiple.
Oh, sure, the
tanks.
containers. Yeah. Well, I mean, they weren't
what we would
limiting
do, yeah.
people from doing that. I don't think.
Not in the beginning.
Guys sitting there with like a wine bottle and a funnel just opening it.
Sure, or like bags.
Yeah.
Plastic bags, just filling those up. Like
I'm like,
Ziploc
wow,
bags
you're
of
an
fuel.
idiot. Yeah.
Hey man, whatever. At any point.
And he's smoking right next to the.
right. Hey, whatever works,
what's
man.
going
like
on,
you,
man?
Like you said, it was desperate times.
It was, and that was,
Yeah.
almost nobody got out of there. It was okay. That was all right. And then you find out that over in Walltown, was it Wall?
Let's say-
or Tinton Falls, like
Sure,
far away.
sure.
That Wawa. People were getting up at 2:00 in the morning
Yeah.
to go over there because they were on a separate grid, and they're right next to the that entire field of
Garbage.
No, that's on the other side. The entire field.
No, this isn't Staten Island. No, it's
yeah.
not a field of garbage.
There is actually down that street a field of solar panels. So
Oh,
they
right.
were running
yeah.
off of that.
Yeah.
So, but it took a couple days to get that up
Yep.
and running again. So it was like
Yes,
weird.
this is really live.
Or we could be pre-recorded. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I miss Comic Book Man as well. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing those.
Mike and his stories. I don't know, Ara. Am I gonna have to block you? We know how hard that is.
Yeah. Well, thanks for
unblock
sharing
me.
that story.
Sure, that
Yeah.
long drawn out story that everybody.
No, it's good. I
About
didn't
that
hear
guy,
about
yeah,
the.
yeah.
I didn't hear about the. I didn't
The
know
old
that's why
man?
you started getting the guns.
Oh, you
I
mean
didn't know
the
that.
looting? Yeah, that
I
was
just thought you just
Yeah.
got them because they were cool.
no.
My police radio at night, like that's all I had for entertainment, basically.
Yeah. You,
Mike
So-
Zapsik story.
As
you,
I would
you
be-
listen
I would
to
go on
scanners?
there.
Do you still listen to scanners?
No.
Okay.
But I would have it turned on and I'd have it next to me because I slept on the couch, armed with the front door and back door barricaded.
I love you too,
and
Ara.
My husband slept upstairs with the cats. And I would listen to the radio and I'd fall asleep to the radio, but like every other call was break in,
Yeah.
fist
Oh,
fight,
wow.
break in.
Oh yeah.
I was on duty once, and somebody had shot somebody else down the highway from where I was posted, and then they were making their way up the highway toward me to try and
Get more.
to get away. I
Right.
guess.
Get away,
I mean, they
yeah.
just
Oh,
shot
okay.
somebody.
You're running the
And
barricade.
I'm in the middle of the highway
Right.
in a police uniform. Like,
Basically,
Yeah.
Well, this
you're
is
you're,
not
you're
gonna be
looking like
good.
Mike's planner over here.
Yeah, right,
You're
with a
target.
big old target
You're
on
a
it.
big freaking
Pretty
target
much.
right here.
they caught him like the intersection right before mine. So
Yeah.
So you're
That
like,
was
wow,
good.
dodge that bullet, literally.
Like
Pretty-
literally,
literally.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Literally,
had never even talked about it, thought about it, considered it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't.
No,
even
we
a
talked
thing.
about it. We had said that when the boys get older, maybe we can trust them to
maybe
have them in
that
the
was-
house. And
Oh,
I mean, this
don't know.
is
Maybe that was something that you were. I mean, I personally had absolutely no interest in firearms
I love
until
Mike's like, I'm going to take
yeah.
advantage of all the amendments. The second one,
the first one,
which
especially
I'm gonna create new amendments and
which,
take
which
advantage
one's
of those.
the
which one's
19th.
which one's women's suffrage? Is that 15th?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
Giving-
15th. I'm
there you
taking
go.
advantage of the 15th.
I'm feeling womanly today. I want to vote again.
Yeah.
Well, you are really enjoying the marvelous Miss Maisel.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
that's going to make it onto one of my
good
best
show.
of.
What's
I was
Some-
away. I was away at a business conference, and he's texting me, and my coworkers
great
like,
lines.
oh, is he texting you like he misses you and loves you? I'm like, no, he's texting me his favorite lines from the episode of the marvelous Miss Maisel that
Oh,
he's watching.
there was a great line.
She's like, I thought you were married to a dude. I'm like, yeah, I am. He's
was
a dude.
Oh,
show's pretty-
excellent.
Shows
He's-
Universal. The
He's
produce-
totally a dude. Yeah,
think,
he's got all the dude equipment. I checked
Yeah.
it out myself.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
You-
yeah,
you've
yeah.
Thoroughly inspected it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got
and
2 presents from it.
he's home watching the marvelous Miss Maisel, crying his eyes out and texting me.
I
His
wasn't
favorite.
crying. I was crying. Wow. All right. Maybe I was. Hey, you never know. It was a line. What was it? Oh God, what was that?
Oh, I can.
Oh, so
hold on.
basic. So
I can go
basically,
back and I can,
there
I
you
can
go.
look at my text.
So
and find
basically,
it.
we're just gonna fly by the seat of our pants. That's the one.
Yeah, no, it's created by Amy Sherman Palladino. She's a genius.
Yeah.
Gilmore Girls.
We know the
she's a-
Palladinos, so we like Palladinos.
The very loved
Christian Palladino.
Bunheads as well. Yeah, the Palladinos are
Bunheads?
geniuses.
Never
so yeah.
heard it. Never heard of that, huh?
But there was a fantastic line. It was, and Tony Shalhoub from Monk.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Great
hold
actor.
on.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here we go. Watching Miss Maisel. Just heard the best line. Mrs. Maisel. So we'll cross our fingers and hope for the best? Skeevy guy. It's how I live my life. Half-assed and completely random. So,
that was a great
That's
line.
a good one. That is
Yeah,
a
yeah,
good one.
yeah.
Yeah.
so, yep,
Yep.
there we go. Oh, it's 11:11.
No, it's not.
cool.
Is it 11? No, it's
No.
1:11.
1:11.
It was 11:11 earlier.
it was.
It's 1:11 now.
There's a 13 up there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
All right,
military
cool.
time.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you survived
Me too.
everything.
Yes.
Us too.
I don't know if
did.
you have any other stories from the holidays, but
We went to
Holidays?
see Ain't Too Proud.
Oh my gosh, we
That
did.
was-
what
Jules's-
is that?
It's Broadway play.
It's a Broadway play, which we
About
haven't
the
been
Temptations.
to Broadway in many years. But it's the origin story of the Temptations.
Oh, right on. Why'd you
Yeah.
pick that one? What else? Hamilton.
I could tell you because
Beetlejuice.
we
Book
were
of
flipping
Mormon.
through the TV, and an ad came up for it. So basically, whoever's doing the marketing and the ad work for Ain't Too
It
Proud,
worked.
you are awesome. So flipping, and I just like saw 30 seconds, and I just felt. I was just like, oh my gosh, that looks amazing. The music, of course, I'm familiar with some of the music, and the choreography, and it just kind of popped off the screen at me, and I thought, you know what? I wanted to go and watch a show.
Yeah.
I did not want to be assaulted by a bunch of like virtue signaling and political preening. I just wanted to go see something that I could enjoy, that I could get emotionally invested in, but wasn't politics. And I loved it. It was truly amazing.
Simple,
the cast
not
was amazing.
not simple, but
No,
just
I mean it was a
entertainment,
very
good
no. It
entertainment.
was not. It is not simple. I mean, it is a very powerful story, and it is a story that tells about an amazingly talented group of people, ambitious, who lived in a very rough time. The riots, the death
Right.
of Martin Luther King. Segregation, or very early desegregation. I mean, it was rough. And their personal history was beautiful and warm and touching and heartbreaking
And sad.
and their
oh my
music
God.
is amazing. I mean, it's a very powerful story. But I just, so that's, and I just looked at him and I'm like, I would love to go see that And then he called me up a couple days later and says, "We have tickets to go see that.
Nice.
We're gonna go see that."
Merry
Yeah,
Christmas,
yeah,
honey.
Oh, that's
Nice.
So yeah,
Exactly,
it was,
yeah,
and
that's-
42nd Street, 13 blocks away from the old burger joint.
we ended up at the burger
Which
joint.
we went to
Yeah.
the burger
Nice,
joint
nice.
after. Yes, exactly. You never
Bur-
been to the burger joint? We'll have to go to the burger joint.
Burger
Yeah,
joint.
yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know, one of our favorite burger joints in New York City, hidden inside the Parker Meridian Hotel on 55th and 5th. And yeah, you go in Parker Meridian, nice hotel. Look for the red velvet curtains on the left and a neon sign with a hamburger on it.
Yeah.
And you go in and it looks like a dive bar in there. It's
It does.
it looks like the old basement plywood, but a bunch of graffiti all over it. But
It has 10 tables.
for
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
for my money, one of the best burgers in New
Can
York.
we go there?
Yeah, we can go there.
hell yeah, it's
Absolutely,
great.
we can go
I wanna
there.
go there.
It's usually
Yeah,
a
yeah.
must stop.
I love burgers. I love burgers. Like I.
No, this is an amazing burger.
All right on. Shout
You
out
would
to
like- Yes. Shout out to
Burger Joint.
Yeah,
for
shout out to
sure.
Burger Joint. Yeah, we like walked there in the rain. We stood for an hour online. We got in there and stood again in line to get a table, and it was worth it. It was
Cool.
great. Yeah,
We
it
were
was great.
buffeted
Yeah.
by Russians and Japanese tourists and Germans, and it was amazing.
Very international
Yes,
crowd.
very.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you guys ever been to a place down? I think it's on Pell Street called John's Shanghai.
No.
John Shanghai or Joe Shanghai?
Joe's Shanghai. That's it.
Joe
yeah.
Shanghai. Yes, I have.
It's you get
Very
like
close to the Parker Meridian, actually. One of them. They have
Really?
multiple.
Just the
locations.
Parker house, just the Parker Hotel these days, not the Parker Meridian
Oh,
anymore.
Meridian's not. I got ousted.
Nope. Yep.
Okay.
So
Their
what?
soup
So what is it
dumplings.
about? Oh, the soup
Oh
dumplings.
yeah! Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! Okay, so you'll
Can-
wait in a long ass line. They'll
Yeah.
give you like one of those tickets where it's like you
Take
rip
one,
it and
yeah.
take one and you
Yeah.
give the other half back, and you'll be standing out in the street just waiting for 45 minutes, and then you'll walk in and it's no frills. It's just a big room with uncovered round tables and like those little chairs that you'd find at a VFW
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in the 1980s.
Yeah.
With like the they look like almost like triangles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you sit down in one of those, and you're sitting with people you don't know.
Yeah,
and they
communal
come around.
tables. It's fun.
Yeah, and you get literally some of the most amazing food you've ever had in your entire life.
You don't get to choose. They
Wow.
just put it
No,
in front of you.
You get to choose. You get to order.
You'll eat this and
But like
it.
if you get the orange chicken,
It's a
that's it. That's all it
communist
is.
restaurant.
It's
exactly.
the People's Republic of Lunch.
Yeah.
That would actually be a good name for a restaurant. People's Republic of Lunch.
Why don't you? Damn it! That's
There you
should be
go.
a
Do
food
it.
truck.
It's a new year.
How about a big red truck
You don't get to choose who you eat.
with the hammer and sickle? People's Republic of Lunch.
But wait a second, for anyone local who's listening, Michael took me to a place like that's why I love this guy. We've been married 20 years. January 15th, right? Coming up on 20 years. And I'm still discovering new fabulous things with him. And I'm not, this is not a joke. I'm absolutely serious about this. I went to Gus's
G&G hot dogs.
Hot Dogs right by the train
station.
station.
Yeah, the little tiny.
Yeah,
the,
I'd
the-
never
the
been
dude
there
with the
before.
truck.
The
Yeah.
dude with the truck,
Yeah.
yeah. Gus's
It's
Hot Dogs,
good.
amazing.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
coffee too.
Oh, I've never had the
Yeah,
coffee,
no,
but
his coffee
we had a
is
couple of dogs, and the way that he does his onions, he's got like a little bit of heat at the back end of like a little bit of jalapeno, so it's like you get that sweet,
yeah.
sweet red
Sweet,
onions,
and
and all of a
then
sudden
hot.
it's like finishes like a little bit of a hot pop. I'm like,
Yep.
this is amazing.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
go give Gus your money. You will not regret
Yeah,
it.
give Gus some money
Yeah.
because he, desperately needs it. No, he doesn't. No, for God's sakes, he's been doing it forever.
I'm
I love
sure
Gus's.
Gus probably
You've had
is
Gus's
owes
dogs, right?
Mama
Many
Cameron.
times, yes.
Gus is amazing. I can't believe I've never taken her, but she's a gal you want to take out on your arm to on the town, not to Gus's, dog cart.
Sure, Julia, we're going to the Sizzler tonight.
Red Lobster.
Ponderosa.
We still have
We're
to
going.
Daniel to Red Lobster.
We're getting drive-through and doing it twice.
Yeah, we're doing it twice. Why? Wait. Why do you have to take your? Why are you subject? What did he
Because-
do
because-
wrong?
He asked.
Why are you punishing him like this?
Daniel has this
Why?
has this notion for some reason that Red Lobster is this really fancy restaurant that we just refuse to take him to. We're like, dude, you've eaten better seafood
Out of a can.
everywhere. Everywhere you've ever had
What,
seafood. Wegmans serves better seafood. It's
Trying
like,
to think,
come on.
is there like a what would have
Every
influenced
time we
this?
pass it, I guess we're just going to drive right by. We're not going to go to Red Lobster tonight either, are we? And we're like, oh my gosh.
all you
Like-
can eat
Take him
shrimp,
there for
man.
its birthday.
No,
I'm
he
like,
never
the emergency
chooses that.
room's full, sweetheart. No,
Yeah.
we're not going to Red Lobster tonight.
This reminds me of the time Walt went
Red
to
Lobster
Golden
doesn't
Corral.
sponsor you
Oh,
guys, right?
God.
No,
No, they
no
don't.
Red Lobster. Okay, so we
Can't
can talk
get
about
Red Lobster
that. Okay, good.
sponsorship. Those cheesy biscuits, man.
The Cheddar
yeah.
Bay biscuits, yeah.
Cheddar
Oh,
Bay
yeah.
biscuits. Yeah, you can actually buy, I think, the box.
You can.
to
You can make
it-
them. Yep.
Right, yeah. They
not
have
the
like
same.
the industrial
It's not the
size at
same.
Costco. It's like this big.
It's not the same medium to come out fresh in that
Yeah.
basket before you get your all you can eat
It
shrimp
always
scampi.
tastes
There we
better
go.
when someone makes it for you.
It's true.
It's the truth. It's unfortunate. That's why chefs are like, I will go to, I would go to 7-Eleven after our shift and get like a biggin.
What's a biggin?
A biggin. It would be a double cheeseburger with chili sauce.
Do you have to
on it.
microwave it
Yeah,
yourself?
of course.
Do I have
it
to
tastes
hold
better.
one of these up? One of these signs up saying "Keep calm, you have so many minutes."
Keep
Are
calm
we
and go
good?
to hell.
I know we've got.
I'm good for a little bit.
we gotta jump.
Yeah,
Okay, all right,
I'm
cool.
good for a little
All
bit.
right, we're good
Why?
for a little bit.
No, vent, everybody. It's the
I'm
new year, man.
Venting. I haven't done any venting today, have I?
A little bit.
Kind of like
Little with Brian?
direct
Early
to
on.
air
Oh, okay.
traffic with these.
But I stopped. I stopped with the Brian.
They're
It's
good.
fine.
All right. Well, now that you kind of have a carrot on the stick, what does he have to do to earn this trip to Red Lobster? This is what you got to do with kids. You got to make it a reward
Oh
system.
my God, I don't know. I paint the house. He has to paint the house.
Is
No,
he
he-
freaking Daniel's
sort of
son
does.
again? He's
Yeah,
got a
why not?
freaking uptown.
He always. I mean,
He's a good kid.
He's a good
He's a
kid.
really
Yeah,
good
we should
kid.
take
Right.
him to Red Lobster so he can get sick and
All right.
you know first. That's right. That's right.
Are they
Actually-
open tonight?
actually,
Serves you right.
he got his he got a double bed delivered yesterday at 7:30.
Oh, he's out of the race car bed?
Yeah,
Whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
Good boy,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, he's out. Oh.
I just
Oh,
donated
he
the
had a
race car
twin
bed.
Hey, listen, I slept in a twin bed till I went away to college, so you know. But no, he asked very nicely. The thing is, he's got a small room. His room's not big.
Okay.
So the bed takes up 3/4 of the space.
Sure.
in the
It does.
room,
It
you
takes
know.
up most of the.
But he's like he couldn't be happier. Could not be happier. He's so happy. So today he was just like rolling around in there. He's not going to get out. I served him breakfast in bed. He was so happy.
How's the house?
So, the house is our house.
Yeah.
Oh, the house is amazing.
Oh,
The
have
house
you
is
been over?
great.
It's sweet, man.
When
it's a
they
sweet
very
pad.
first moved in, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to come over now. We got
I
we got a
know.
couch. Yeah, I know.
Got
Cool.
TV in there. He's
Okay,
got
yeah.
Disney Plus.
Nice.
Yes, we
very,
do.
Very good.
Like,
Why did we get Disney Plus?
For me.
Yeah,
Because.
yeah, for me too. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
Every Marvel
Yeah.
movie.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Have you watched
Star
The
Wars?
Mandalorian?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Okay.
We should have a whole episode
I'm up
on
to
just The
date
Mandalorian.
on The
Yeah, yeah,
Mandalorian.
yeah.
We'll do.
and
We'll
I'm
do a
like-
Mandalorian.
I'll
Yeah.
do 8 episodes on that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah,
Hell
yeah.
Freaking-
Well,
So
well,
good.
I'm in Michael's good graces because I finally did something he's been asking me to do. I finally read Darth Vader. So, and I read. I
comic.
woke up at 2
Jason
o'clock
Aaron's.
this morning and couldn't get back to sleep. So I just I slammed through the second volume. Have you ever read it? You
No.
would love it. I'm going to lend it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to we
Yeah.
have to get back to Jules and Janine on a
Yes,
regular
we do.
basis.
Yes,
and
we
there
do.
and there's a very good reason, which I don't know if I can reveal
Are you
right
coming
now.
back?
So,
The computer
yeah, we're going to do
keeps
that.
trying to delete you guys, man. You gotta
No,
come back.
no.
I've had
Don't
to
delete
rebuild
us.
our marquee like 4 times.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in a folder.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's
I
in a
keep
folder. There's a
recreating
whole
it every
folder.
time I'm
Don't
here.
delete us.
It's like
Don't-
the first 10 minutes, I'm like, hold on, I'll get us the
Yeah,
marquee.
there's a whole folder.
Don't
it's
delete
in a
us.
folder here.
Don't delete
Okay.
this. When we wrap, I'll tell you. Yeah. Oh, you had it on yours the whole time.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, it's in the
Very nice.
library. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's true.
Yeah. We've got a kick-ass library.
The
I love that
Zapsic
library.
Library.
There you go. There's
The
your
Zapsic
recommendation
Comic
for the
Library.
year. If you only read one comic this year, ladies and gentlemen.
It should
It's
be
actually
Vader.
it's actually fantastic.
They're
yeah.
coming out with a new Darth Vader series. These are all like limited series, limited runs.
Right.
This is
Yeah.
24 issues plus the Vader down.
Right.
So it's amazing. It's
Hey,
fantastic.
Disney owns Marvel. Disney owns Star Wars.
Yep.
Like, go back to the well, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gentlemen,
right.
Make that money.
Someone did something on Twitter the other day, and they basically mapped out like how Disney takes over the entire world, like over the next like 30 years or something. And it was like Disney takes over so and so, and then this happens. Then Disney buys. I mean, it was like at the end, like what's his name? Who owns Microsoft? What's his name?
Oh, Bill
Gates.
Gates, right?
Yeah.
So it's like Bill Gates has to like actually leave the galaxy. Like he like gets in a starship and has to leave the galaxy because he's being hunted by Disney. Disney's coming after him. It was awesome.
Disney
Yeah.
takes over
Hey,
Microsoft.
Disney, we're here. If you're
Yeah,
listening,
we're
here. You
we're,
can,
we're ready to believe you. Yes.
yeah, you're looking for an e-ticket ride, man. It's right here. for the shared universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an old ass reference that
Oh
not
my
a lot
God,
of you
yes.
kids are gonna get.
Not a lot of you kids.
I wish it would go back to that though.
I don't
That
know what
was
that means.
fantastic.
Any of
What
you
does
young
that
kids
mean?
out there,
If you
Back in the day.
Back in the day,
Disney started.
if you went to Disney World, they would give you a booklet of coupons.
Oh, they wouldn't give it to you. You had to buy it.
No, yeah.
Hold on.
When
Has
you-
everyone? You guys have all been to Disney, right?
Sure.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, I've never
Oh,
been
God,
to
yeah.
Disney, so I don't
You
know.
haven't
I've never
been to
taken.
Disney?
I've taken her to Universal.
It's not the
Yeah,
same.
whatever.
I know.
It's like going
God,
to Kmart.
okay,
Well,
so
I
here's
asked
the
her
thing,
if-
though. Your first like 2 or 3 days in Disney, you will resist. I know you. You will resist. You'll be like, this
It
is
seems like
fucking stupid.
It seems like a
But
terrifying
by
prospect.
day 4 or 5, you're gonna be like, I fucking love this place.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
See
Yeah.
that'd be a great reason not to go. I don't want to turn into that. That's exactly what
No,
happened to me when I got to
It's
college.
Just
I had
just
never
welcome it.
dated,
Just
and I got to
accept it.
college, and I got to college, and that was like my first reaction to like watching these girls lose their minds over guys, and I'm like, they're coming in, they're like, oh, you broke up with me. I'm like, broke up with you? You just got together, like you hooked up last night over a couple of beers. What do you mean broke up? I mean, were you together? I'm just
But
like,
spoiler, that still happens.
I'm just like,
Yes,
oh my,
Even at our age,
I'm
yes.
like, oh my
A lot of times it's
gosh.
the other way around.
Not to
now.
me.
I'm like
but-
so happy that I'm like, I am never going to date. Like, that's what it turns you into. It's like, I'm just going to hang out with myself. I don't make myself cry, usually. And certainly don't act like an asshole, about myself, usually. Little did I know, I actually was an asshole. But anyway,
You'll understand that.
maybe it just takes 3 days for the toxins to
That's-
penetrate your,
no,
your
honestly, that's
bloodstream
a
and
lot.
everything.
No, it's not the toxins. It takes 3 days for you to truly relax.
I hear that they
And just
that they've
finally
actually done psychological
be part of
studies
it.
on how to draw characters to like psychologically manipulate you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pay for that? I'm gonna give
You're-
my money away?
You're already.
You've been doing
You're
that for
already
years,
paying
honey.
for it. Did
Oh
you?
my
I don't
God.
know,
You're
did you
taking
see
a
Star
huge
Wars?
Did you see Star Wars?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah, you did.
You read the comic this today?
Did you ever see Superman?
Yeah.
Did you ever see Batman?
Avengers Endgame. Did you go to that? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. You're
Iron Man?
Yeah.
Pretty cool guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are.
Disney. Who owns him? Disney.
Yeah,
Black
exactly.
Panther. Disney owns him too.
Disney, yes.
Black
Yes.
Widow.
Captain America?
Yeah.
Disney.
That's true.
Yeah. Superman is owned by Warner, but soon they'll be owned
I
by
don't have
Disney.
to go into the hive though, right? I don't have to go right into the
too
heart
late.
of the Matrix.
You're in the Matrix.
Into the Death Star?
Sorry,
I have
baby.
to actually go
Yeah.
into the Death Star?
So
you have to
here's-
get out. That's the hard part is getting out of the Death Star before it blows up, baby.
Right, but like
So
Neil
here's-
when he got out, he wanted, or Joey Pants when he got out.
Yeah,
I'm
Joey
gonna
Pants.
Go right back in, man.
I know the steak isn't real.
Yeah,
But
I love-
it's
Right.
delicious.
And that's the thing. Like, I know that when I'm
Ignorance
there,
is
the rest of
bliss.
the world still does exist and shit's crazy. And a lot of this is, well, that guy's paid to be nice to me, and that guy's paid to smile. Everyone right here is smiling, but they're told they have to. I get it. I get it. But at the
They'll
same
be punished
time,
if they don't, yes.
Like, they're doing that so that I have the ability to just go with it. That's what I paid for. I've paid for the ability to just, for 5 days,
See, whiskey
say,
used to do that
"F
for
it."
me, and I didn't have
Yeah,
to deal
but-
with anybody
But
else,
Disney's
which
not
was
going to
awesome.
destroy your liver.
well, not
Well-
overtly.
No, but
Not
like,
that you can
No,
see.
but if in 4
It's-
days I'm crying my
no.
ass off,
You
I'd
okay?
maybe
So
be praying for
you,
death.
you,
and
you won't be
wishing
like
it.
crying, but you're just going to be like, wow, you know what? This was a great experience. I get it now, and I would like to go back. Like yeah.
Oh my gosh, you sound like Tahiti was a magical place. You totally sound that way.
She's
Anyway,
brainwashed, of course.
Yeah.
So anyway,
you've all been, and you had e-tickets.
No,
you
they
paid
gave
for
you
e-tickets, and-
no,
and
they
why
give
were they
you a
important?
coupon book.
Yeah.
And your coupon book.
So does Jenkinson's too.
Yeah, but
okay.
Jenkinson's doesn't make you walk around and you can't ride the tram, but they give you the ability to go to, what do you think, Ming? Like 8 e-ticket rides, 7 C ticket rides,
Yeah,
3
you would
D
just
ticket
keep
ride.
buying the ticket books
Yeah.
as many as you needed, and it would come in the A, B, C, D, and E-ticket. The E-ticket was typically like the Matterhorn, the good rides.
Oh,
Was the
okay.
E-ticket ride?
Yeah.
So it became an expression.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
Oh,
like,
that's
whoa,
an
this is
e-ticket
an
ride.
E-ticket ride.
Like
man.
the
got it,
Haunted
got it,
Mansion
got it,
was an
got it, got it.
e-ticket ride.
Okay.
Space Mountain was an e-ticket ride.
So
Got
is
it,
this like
okay.
early fast passes?
No, it was early. It
No,
was
this is
late
how you-
Jenkinson's.
You know when you go to the carnival, like here, the local carnival, you have to give them
Yeah.
like some rides are 4 tickets, some are 2.
Yeah.
The e-ticket would be like the 4 8-ticket ride.
Oh, okay. Wow. So you couldn't get on those rides without those
Right.
extra separate tickets. Interesting.
They would give you a certain number of tickets. You can go on like 3
And then
e-ticket
when you
rides.
ran
This
out,
is back
you'd
when
have
You
to
would
buy
run-
Barney
more.
Rubble
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Fred Flintstone were
Oh,
going
okay.
to the
And then
park.
you just had to go
Apparently,
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
because I'm so old.
It's so different now.
Yeah.
It's so different. So, and I don't know if any other.
Now they just put the microchip in your
they-
brain,
they-
and
well,
then
it
the
goes into your
subcutaneous
hand,
implant. Yeah,
and then
okay.
it kind of works its way up your arm. You know, no,
And it turns into a worm and
it just
coils around your brain and lays eggs. It's awesome.
yeah. There's
Yeah,
that one part there where you throw up on yourself. You know, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
alright,
tickets
so
look like
Disney-
this. There's literally a ticket, like a coupon book,
Oh wow.
and you rip them
Wait,
out,
where
and
is
that's
it?
how you turn them
Oh,
in.
is there? Can you
I
see the
a
picture?
massive chat. That's what I see.
Yeah.
What's up,
Oh,
Ming and
sorry.
Mike? Hope everyone is doing well. From Chibard.
Still got a ticket book. Someone's already got a.
Someone still has a ticket book.
Wow.
There you go. He'll show you.
Okay. Oh,
There you are.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh, those
That's
are so
what.
cute.
Aren't they adorable?
Yeah,
But the
I was.
e-ticket.
I
They
was,
look like money. They're so cute.
yeah, I was fascinated with them.
Fantasy.
With
They
them.
look like
Frontier.
green cards. What are
They
you
do, they do
talking
look like
about?
green cards.
But then,
green
Tomorrow-
cards cost
Tomorrowland.
money.
So you have Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, and Frontierland.
Aww.
Now they have what? Harry Potter World.
No,
That's
that's in
Universal.
Universal, babe.
Universal.
No,
Oh,
they
okay.
don't own him
Okay.
yet. They
So
don't own
Disney-
him yet.
Disney right now has Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, Galaxy's
Epcot.
Edge, Epcot.
Well, Galaxy's Edge is inside the Hollywood Studios park.
Well, someone knows a lot about Disney.
Someone's memorized the schematics.
Someone's obsessed. The mouse.
Yeah, right.
R2D2
I love it there.
downloaded the schematics
That's
into
cool.
Janine's brain.
I
yes.
love it.
Many
No, I-
boffins died so
yeah.
Janine could have that information.
Yes. Now, well, one of my friends is there now actually for New Year's Eve, and he said that like at 1 o'clock yesterday they had to actually not shut down Magic Kingdom, but not accept any more people to enter Magic Kingdom because it was so packed.
Wow.
And that never happens. but
Why
it's
didn't they
just
like, hey,
absolutely
just
packed.
pour more balls in?
Yeah. So
Ming didn't get that
I
reference.
didn't get it either.
Pour more balls in. it was the ball pit.
Oh,
Oh, the kids are getting pour more balls in.
that's funny. So anyway, there's also
I think Ming is checked
Animal
out.
Kingdom
Ming is done. Yes. Mm-hmm.
and what's the other one? Epcot.
Epcot. We said
Epcot's my
Epcot?
favorite park.
Okay.
I love Epcot.
That's the one where you walk through a bunch of other countries, right?
Yes.
Without
Yes.
Where
leaving
you
so
can
like the
shrink in
whole-
every country.
Yes, yes, and eat. Oh my God, it's delicious.
Wow.
So the front part of Epcot is like technology world. It's very futuristic and
like
themed.
a World's Fair, but
yeah,
all the time.
kind of like a World's
Yeah,
Fair
okay.
all the time.
All right.
And then the back section is are the countries, and that's where they do the fireworks over the lake and everything. You can take a boat across the
Did
lake.
an alligator eat somebody while they were
Little
That
kid,
was,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
that was
kinda
at one
sad.
of the hotels. Different
Yeah.
lake, different lake.
Okay.
There's many lakes,
All
but
right.
that
There's
was
Tom
a
It
Sawyer's.
was a kid?
Yeah, it was a
yeah,
2-year-old
Tom Sawyer's
kid.
Island is in Magic Kingdom.
But there's so much bacteria in the water that you will
Yeah, you
die
can't
of a
go in it.
staph infection if you ever try to swim it.
Wow.
So,
the
yeah.
Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, they tell
Not
you
so
not to swim.
magical.
Oh man.
Yeah, malaria
Okay.
kingdom.
Oof. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the Gators are part of Florida, so
Yeah.
You're
that-
getting the full experience.
that's what happens.
Hmm.
But they have ropes up now around all the water's edges, so that
Mm-hmm.
just really really drives the point home. Can go in the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
and why would you? There are pools. They have millions of
know,
pools there.
Kids, I mean,
Exactly,
hell, I mean, I
exactly.
would have
Yeah.
tried to.
I would have much rather go into the pool than the nasty, when you see the corpses of like fish and wildlife all around the water's edge, you're like, do I want to go swimming in there?
Well, I think what happened
I don't
was it was evening, and
the corpses were obscured by
were
the darkness.
obscured by the darkness.
Uh.
No, okay. So where the kid went into the water, it looked like a beach. The sand goes right into the water, and they do that so that it looks like a beach.
Yeah.
But the problem was the kid, I think, was like 3 years old. And I don't know if you guys remember what it was like having your kids
Oh
when
my
they were
gosh,
3. You
forget
turn
it.
around for 1 second. They're all the way the hell over there.
Yeah. There's no way.
So that's what happened.
Right.
They turned around for 1 second. This kid went in deeper, and I think he was wading his feet, and he was just deep enough wading his feet that the alligator came
That's
up
un-
and
that's-
dragged him under.
It is. It's
Dragged him under, did the roll, and he was
Yeah.
he was gone.
Anyway, well, that's a.
nice screeching
What
halt.
can we talk about
Happiest
now?
pla- happiest
it's
place on
early.
earth.
Man,
I
Happiest-
really think you should
the
still
happiest
go to
place
Disney
on
World.
earth.
It is.
If you haven't
it is
got
really
your planner,
beautiful.
I highly recommend this planner. This is an awesome planner.
Happiest place
girl.
on earth,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen. Cool. You got anything else you want to get off your chest? I
Oh
think
dear
that
God,
was,
no. After that, no, thank you so much. But no, this was fun. We should
I
do
think
this.
you should carry us out since, yes.
Yeah, seriously, thanks for-
come on,
thanks for the
Everyone's gonna
death.
want therapy.
pull us. I feel like we're like Maverick in. Oh my gosh,
That
they're
family-
remaking Top Gun.
No, they're not remaking
with
it. They're
a
no,
5,000-year-old Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my
he looks
God.
good.
He
Still
looks
gonna have to stand on
fantastic.
a
He's
box.
mummified,
What did you say?
He's still gonna have to stand on a box.
of course.
Hey, hey.
He's
hey.
so cute.
Respect,
There you go.
respect.
So
There you
cute.
go. Little respect.
Holy crap!
Little
Oh my
respect.
God, you're killing him. Oh my God.
Totally cool.
invested in Tom
I'm
Cruise.
actually the
Is he
voice
coming
of
over for
reason
dinner or
at this
something like
table.
that? Did I
That's
miss that?
horrible.
It's not in my planner.
Yeah,
Tom
it's
Cruise.
not. Tom
well,
Cruise is
good,
coming
good
over.
luck
Love you.
planning out the rest of your 2020.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
February,
got shit to do tomorrow, so
February
I'm fine.
2nd, put in the Not So Super Bowl. We'll be at the House of Independence if that's in
Already
there
here.
already.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, come and see me. I will be refereeing and no holds barred at the Not So Super Bowl
Yeah,
down
House-
at the House of Independence in
Right.
Asbury Park.
5:30 start. Everybody.
5:30
We want
start,
everybody listening is to come out.
Yeah, seriously. It's all ages, even though the language gets a little blue around 8 o'clock.
It's New Jersey.
It's New
cool.
Jersey. Yeah,
It's
if
New
your
Jersey.
kids aren't cursing, they aren't your kids. So
I said, what?
I was trying to confuse the shit out of people so they'd come down to the House of Independence.
Got me.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's good. All right, so you're coming to the House of
I'm coming
Independence.
to it. Woo.
There
Yes.
will be awesome. There will be
you go.
flags thrown on the plates. There will be some people will give updates on what
Other
the
things to eat and drink there?
yeah. We'll have some food and beverage.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe Buffalo Wild Wings is returning. Hopefully
Very nice.
as a sponsor.
Ooh, Buffalo
Oh,
Wild
very
Wings.
nice.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Yee, Buffalo
And,
Wild Wings. I got food poisoning from them
Should.
once.
Well, then don't eat it.
I won't. No, gee, thanks, Ming. Wow.
It's not that hard.
No, it's not. But I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to eat when I go
I'll
there.
pack you a lunch. baby
Good
doll.
girl,
Yeah,
thank you.
pack a lunch.
Yeah.
But hey, Ming Chen,
Yes.
happy 2020.
Happy 2020.
Janine Fredericks, Julia
2020.
Zapsik, happy 2020.
Happy
Yeah.
2020 to
Thank you. We're
guys,
crossing
too.
into our like a 10th or 11th year doing this. So
Yeah, and
every-
guess what, folks? We've got something huge planned for a shared universe that we will be able to talk about in the not
so
too
many
distant future.
teases. So
I know,
many
in the
teases.
not too distant future, but it's when we say I'm talking Brian Johnson huge.
It's
The
not
way
that huge.
when he makes fun of you for saying the word huge.
It's not that huge.
Huge
either.
thanks. Oh, he constantly makes fun of you for
That's fine. All of my thanks are very big. I have many things to give. you.
Yes, well, we have many thanks, and this is going to be one of them.
All right, stay
It's
tuned.
All right, stay tuned.
Stay
Yeah,
tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right. Find us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher. Subscribe and like us on all platforms and follow us at A Shared Universe. Everybody, we will talk to you very soon. Love you.
Bye.